Hello, Jam TV people. It is year 2, show number 1. Hey, everybody. Year number 2. Year number 2. My God. It was a year ago that we got this show rolling on an emergency basis right after we found out about COVID. And everybody's talking about, oh, this is the week that we all found out about COVID. Yeah, I remember. It was not good. And I can't believe it's year number 2. And I thought I would feel like, wow, celebration, anniversary. Like we'd always have like jams to celebrate the second year and everybody come and it'd be like revitalized interest. And now I'm like, oh my God, like it's really year 2. Like we really are at year 2. And, like, I'm not sure how I feel about it. What do you think, Bill Dolman?
I think on some level it's an accomplishment, and on another level we really had no choice but to try to do something. So, it's great that it's done. It's great that it's happened every week, and that's great. But there are other outlying aspects of this where you're just sort of like, fuck.
You remember when I said like show 88? What did you think about it when I first started saying that?
Well, I did think from the beginning that it was a bigger deal than people thought it was. I thought that people were not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And this stuff is serious. We got on top of SARS like right from the beginning. We didn't get on top of this for 9 months, and it's still going on. I guess the AstraZeneca stuff was approved now finally in Europe again today, I guess.
Oh,
so
good. Yeah.
They're back on that, because God, the worst thing that could happen would be people suddenly start talking about like side effects and this kind of, then it's just like, and I mean, I was talking to Crispin, who, he has a bunch of, potential big dates like he always does, wedding stuff, and like big weddings, not like, little weddings, fly the band to California kind of weddings,
Yeah.
And there are people within the band who, have varying degrees of both compliance and also health. That's, and it's like, and he's not interested in, I mean, there's just a lot of complexity to the whole thing. And it's a matter of, what your penchant is for rolling the dice, like
right.
Feeling lucky, it's
yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I mean, I'll get my second shot in a couple of weeks and I'll feel a lot better a couple of weeks after that about being out and about. But I'm still being careful. I'm not going to go teach in person, and I'm not going to jams in public. They're having something on the street corner in Westport. I hope somebody comes on and talks about that today. Dave Rouse doing something. I think it's Sunday. Fantastic. I worry that people are doing it too early. But at least it's outdoors, and
they're doing it. I think it's 2 to 7. I think.
Right. I hope people, aren't taking this lightly. It's not over yet, and we're gonna hit show 88.
Allie's on that show, and then I just saw a thing there where Holly is playing at Daryl's place. She's playing in
That's
like
cool.
I can't tell whether it's like a band or a duo thing, but
right.
There are people going out and doing stuff, but it's just a matter of what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely. Well, I urge everybody to be super duper careful as you roll back to normal, whatever that means. And we're just going to keep going with Jam TV, so I'm looking forward to the show tonight, as I always am. And what are you going to do for us tonight, Bill Norman?
Well, I all week I was thinking I'm going to do all Irish. That's what I was thinking. And then I still might, but I got to thinking, like, it's kind of like listening to FUV on Saturdays where it's all Irish. And when you do that, it's kind of like, that's a lot Irish, but but I am Irish according to ancestry.com. And
cool.
So I am going to do something, but I haven't figured out whether I'm going to do it all. I will be simulating a penny whistle at certain times, I wonder if James McGrath can play penny whistle. That would be fun.
Winston can do. Winston has a silver I think it's a recorder, but it's silver, so it sounds like really shrill and nice.
Yeah,
we'll tap him. All right, go for it. Take it away.
Okay. So this is a song that I've always been one of my favorite Irish songs. It's called "My Heart's Tonight in Ireland," and I dedicate this to Lil Gagan, who found true love in the Emerald Isle, and I was always somewhat jealous of that of him, you know. In the town of Scariff, the sun was shining in the sky. When Willie Clancy produced his pipes, the wells teared in my eyes. Many years past and gone since the time when we go home and watch the night in Ireland in the sweet County Clare. My heart's tonight is far away across the rolling sea in the sweet Milltown Malbay. That's where I'd love to be. So long ago and far away, and nothing can compare. My heart's tonight in Ireland, in that sweet County Clare. That August in Kilrush, when the rain was slashing down, and our hotel was that great bar in the outskirts of town. We were all sick and feverish, and Dolan had the flu. But Johnny produced some whiskey, and the sun came shining through. My heart's tonight in Ireland across the rolling sea, in the sweet Milltown Malbay. It's where I'd love to be. So long ago and far away, and nothing can compare. My heart's tonight in Ireland, in the sweet County Clare. Those nights at 6 Mile Bridge, when the songs and music flowed, when came closing time, sure the lights were turned down low. And the sergeant from Kilkishen, he would buy us all one more. And we never left that pub till the clock was striking 4. Hearts tonight in far away across the rolling sea, in the sweet Milltown Malbay. It's there I'd long to be. So long ago and far away, and nothing can compare. My heart's tonight in Ireland, in that sweet County Clare. Lahinch and Ernest Iman, Kentcore and Kilkakee. But best of all was Milltown, when the music flowed so free. Willie Clancy and the County Clare, I'm ever in your debt. For the sights and sounds of yesterday are singing in me yet. My heart's tonight is far away across the rolling sea, in the sweet Milltown Malbay. It's there I'd love to be. So long ago and far away, and nothing can compare. My heart's tonight in Ireland, in the sweet County Clare. In the days of Sweeney, in that sweet County Clare. Yeah.
I was going to say you should dedicate that to Bill Norman, and just before I click the button.
Yeah. Bill Gagan.
Bill Gagan, the other guy, the other Bill, right?
I dedicate all of my stuff to Bill Norman because he's just such a douche.
Yeah, great guy. Really embraced Ireland, who spends your time in the United States and then retires and moves to Ireland? I think it's fantastic.
And a fabulous woman, and it's all good. I mean, the whole thing is just that is romantic,
Galway girl, a Galway girl, unbelievable.
Galway girl, all right, I'll play Galway girl. All right, the hell with you, Now I've been coerced into playing more, So this song, Galway Girl, has become a classic. It's become a classic song, and ironically, it was written by a guy from Texas. It was written by Steve Earle.
Right.
And Steve Earle he's an Irishman at heart. He really is. So I've seen things on YouTube of like Guinness Book of Record congregations of people singing this song, and in like Belfast, there's and it's really awesome. Well, I took a stroll on the old long walk, day I met a little girl and we stopped to talk on a soft fine day. I asked myself, what's a fella to do? 'Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. And I knew right then I'd be taking the world round the Salt Mill Prom with a Galway girl. We were halfway there when the rain came down of a day. Asked me up to a flat downtown, a fine soft day and I ask you, friend, what's a fella to do? 'Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. So I took her hand and I gave her a twirl, and I lost my heart to a Galway girl. When I woke up, I was all alone, with a broken heart and a ticket home. Day. And I ask you now, tell me, what would you do if her hair was black and her eyes were blue? Well, I traveled around, been all over this world. Boy, I ain't seen nothing like a Galway girl. Wow, the whistling was substandard, but what are you going to do?
No, I like it.
There's so many.
Good stuff.
I've never been to Ireland, and I really would like to go to Ireland. And
my mother used to keep an apartment and a horse in Ireland. She was an exactly right. I always thought that was funny. She was an airline hostess in the 50s and 60s, and she loved Ireland. So she had an apartment in Shannon because they flew propeller planes. They flew DC-4s and DC-6s across the ocean, and they went really, really slow. So they would go like from Vienna to Ireland, and then they'd fly Ireland to Gander, and then Gander to the States. And so they would do crew changes because they were so slow.
Where's Gander?
Gander is Newfoundland.
Oh, okay.
And 1,717 nautical miles from Shannon to Gander. Yep. And that was the shortest way, and they built the airplanes to be able to do that route, to do a refuel stop.
Wow.
You can believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she had a horse, and she had all these beautiful pictures of Ireland. She loved Ireland, but I only went there once just for a quick stopover. But what a beautiful place. I'd love to go visit Bill when this is all over.
Yeah. It would be great. And it's funny, my friend Eddie Wright, has been over there a little bit because his wife is stone cold Irish, and I'm not from Ireland, but second generation. And he goes over there and partakes. He's a great musician, great guitarist, and he partakes in their sessions. They have a different way of pronouncing it, and he says it is not easy. Like playing Irish music is not easy. You do something and you're listening to like bazookies, and you're listening. It's just so interesting. It's all kind of modal meets country kind of. It's all kind of open and it's like a Celtic raga kind of.
And they have patterns that don't really repeat like you think they do.
Yep.
They're like they're you're like, what's happening? You know?
Yeah. And it's always like,
Right.
you know, it's bang, back and forth.
It's very. Bill Gagan actually said when he first went to Ireland, he was having all kinds of trouble integrating and getting accepted because they were like, you play your Bill Gagan and you play Irish music in Fairfield County. People are like, oh my God, it's so Irish. In Ireland, they're like, you're a Yank. Like, what are you doing here? Scram. You know?
Well, it's you know, it's tunings and it is the instrumentation, because really, like, the bouzouki is like a big instrument in Irish music, you know, and it's like, you know, it just adds this thing, you know, like that the song, you know, My Heart's Tonight in Ireland. There's a fabulous recording of it by a guy named Andy Irvine, and Andy Irvine is he's a big time Irish guy along with a guy named Paul Brady. They're big guys, and they've done pop stuff too. But I mean, they do this stuff, and you know, they play these stringed instruments that are, you know, borderline archaic, not really, but they're like folk instruments, you know, and it's a different tuning kind of thing. You know, we come there and we're basically in an American folk tradition, which is handed down from like blues kind of, and it's, you know, we're all like broad chords, and they're all like, you know, up here, and you know, it's just like, you know, what, you know, so I guess I'm going to do an Irish one here, which again was written by a man from Texas, Steve Earle. So he wrote this, and he writes tremendous, you know, like Robbie Robertson of the band, he writes tremendous songs that have stories to them. So this is about a guy whose name was Buster Kilrain. And I didn't know that he was actually a real person. I thought it was just something he had done, but he was actually a guy from the 20th Maine in the Civil War, the 20th Maine Regiment, which was led by a guy named Joshua Chamberlain, who later on became the president of Boughton, you know, but he received wounds at the Battle of Little Round Top at Gettysburg that eventually killed him. But years later, like he eventually, you know, because it's all in those days, it was all about aseptic stuff. It wasn't the bullet that got you; it was the infection that got you.
Yeah, sure. Wow. So
this is a song. It's a funny song. It's a funny twist because it's a song about, because the Irish guys that came over here, some of them had trades, some of them didn't. But what they did do really well was fight. They could fight really well. So they came over here and they got enlisted like at the docks, and you know, sent, you know, you want to be American? Here's a blue uniform.
Gun, right.
You're American.
All right, do a funny song about infection. Let's go.
I have other ones about infection if you want, but anyway. This is called Dixieland. I am Kilrain, I'm a fighting man. I come from County Clare. The Brits would hang me for a Fenian, so I took my leave of there. And I crossed the ocean in the Ariane, the vilest tub afloat. The captain's brother was a railroad man, and he met us at the boat. So I joined up with the 20th Maine. Like I said, my friend, I'm a fighting man. We're marching south in the pouring rain. We're all going down to Dixieland. It's kind of more wind than... I am Kilrain of the 20th Maine, and we fight for Chamberlain, 'cause he stood right with us when the Johnnies came, like a banshee in the wind. When the smoke cleared out of Gettysburg, many a mother wept, for many a good boy died there sure, and the air just smelled like death. I am Kilrain of the 20th Maine, and I marched to hell and back again. For Colonel Joshua Chamberlain, we're all going down to Dixieland. I am a Kilrain of the 20th Maine, and I damn all gentlemen whose only worth is a father's name and the sweat of a working man. Well, we come from the farms and the city streets, 100 foreign lands. We spilled our blood in the battle's heat, and we're all Americans. Well, I am Kilrain of the 20th Maine. Did I tell you, friend, I'm a fighting man? I'll not be back this way again, 'cause we're all marching down to Dixieland. whistle. I need a whistle.
Nice. You got fans. Randy said, I'm a big Bill Nolan fan.
Oh, thank you, Randy. I'm a big
Jimmy
Randy.
McGuire. I wonder if he's Irish.
There's a chance. There is a chance. Yeah, it's funny. Like my whole life, my mother told me we were half German, half Irish. So my sister gives me like Ancestry.com, the DNA data collection thing, and I send the saliva in and all this, and it comes back, and it makes so much freaking sense what comes back. It's like 80% Irish, 0 German, but 80% Irish, like 20% between the next 20% is like, it's Scandinavian, Italian, believe it or not, and then like Caucasus or whatever. And I'm like, what, Caucasus because I'm a Caucasian? Like, well, you're just assuming that. But anyway, it's like, everything there was related to people invading Ireland, so
Right.
It's like, it's Vikings, it's Romans, and the Irish,
That
and
makes sense.
County Tyrone. That's where my family, Caulfield is a name in our past, and fascinating stuff.
Yeah, that's really cool. And if you went back, you'd find family members. They'd be like, "Come on, have a drink with us. Come to the pub."
Well, someday I'm possessed with that, and who knows if that'll ever happen. But
Very cool. All right, do one more for us, and we'll move on to our good friend Will Baird, who's waiting in the wings.
Will Baird and I were like sort of playing together while you were doing what you were doing, and it seemed like we were in sync playing live. It seemed like there was a delay. It seemed I was playing a James Taylor song and he was playing something with it.
Maybe fast internet finally has arrived.
Oh, boy, if it's happened and it's actually on this computer, that is a miracle because it took me like 20 minutes just to bring up freaking Steam.
Yeah, right.
So this is not an Irish song. This is a song by Graham Parsons. This old town filled with sin, it'll swallow you in. If you got some money to spend, take it home right away. You got 3 years to pay, and Satan is waiting his turn. The scientists say it'll all wash away, but we don't believe anymore, 'cause we've got our recruits in their green mohair suits. So please show your ID at the door. This old earthquake's gonna leave me in the poorhouse. It seems like this whole town's insane. On the 31st floor, a gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. A fool came around, tried to clean up this town. His ideas made some people mad, but he trusted in his crowd, and they spoke right out loud. They lost the best friend they ever had. This old earthquake's gonna leave me in the poorhouse. It seems like this whole town's insane. On the 31st floor, a gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. On the 31st floor, a gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain.
Bill Nolman, fantastic.
Another Nolman success.
Will Bear.
So, what were you guys playing together that was in sync on the
We were
internet?
playing- Let's see if
James
it
Taylor
works.
tune.
Yeah, do it.
Let's see if it works.
It won't work.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of like it's meshing a little bit.
It sounds like what you're playing is You Can Close Your Eyes, right?
Yes.
It's just I'm not playing it very well, but
No, but I mean, it does sound like the sync is kind of there, you know?
Yeah, right. Let's have a hoedown. Ray Simonelli, start playing.
oh no.
We're gonna get everybody in. We're gonna think, oh my God, it's in sync, and the audience is like, oh my God,
Yeah,
what's
that's right.
happening
Oh,
out there?
Jesus.
It'll be one of those, Guinness Book of Records. Guinness, I could use the Guinness right now. That would be great.
Exactly. All right, Bill Nolman, that was fantastic.
Thank you. And
I do like all the old Irish stuff. Did you drink for St. Patty's Day?
I did, but I drank tequila, and I was at somebody's house for dinner, and the people, their dog bit my wife.
Like where? If I may ask.
And on the wrist, and it's like when we came to the door, they spent the first 10 minutes of telling us, like, don't do this, don't put your hand out, don't put it, and I'm just like, wow. It's like, here Cujo, I have a treat for you. It's like,
that was Fred Clark. Fred Clark had a dog. I can't remember the dog's name, but I could see it like it was yesterday. It was many years ago. And I went over to the house, and he said, whatever you do, if the dog starts eating off your plate or whatever, do not take the plate away. The dog will put you in the hospital. And I was like, no problem, right? So and the dog would you'd like have a pretzel on the table. The dog would eat the pretzel. I'd be like, I'm not touching it. So then he says, I wouldn't go up to the cat like you are. And I'm like, don't worry. I'm a cat person. I got it. So the cat is sitting on top of their fridge at like eye level. And I'm like, going nose to nose and blinking and being all like cat whisperer or whatever. And the cat goes, no, and winds up and takes a piece out of my nose.
Oh my God.
So yeah, you heed those warnings that people give you when you're at their house.
but it's like, if you have, like, cats generally, they may jump up on you if they're feral or something. They may do that. but it's like this dog was like part pit, I think. And at one point, I was 3 steps down in the TV room, and he was in the kitchen, and he's eyeballing me, and I'm standing there doing nothing, and not particularly acting scared or anything, but not doing anything. But I'm looking at him, and it's go time for him. He's, it's like one move by me right there, and what kind of a thing is this, man?
Yeah, right.
Put the freaking thing in a cage if that's the way it is.
Yeah, but it's little Poochie, like the dog owners are a little nuts. I grew up with 14 dogs, so I know what it's like to have dogs. Yeah. And dog owners are a little nuts. They're like, oh, my sweet little precious would never, the dog's like, like, oh God.
Like that, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do these gigs up in New Hampshire, and I would stay at my aunts and uncles, and they had these 2 little Jack Russell terriers, I may as well call them. And I would come home from gigs at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and the dogs would be up, but the aunts and uncle would be asleep, and I'd be like scared to come in the house, and I'd like carefully edge my way through the house, waiting for them to come out of the darkness at any moment to like eat me in the throat. I just didn't like staying there, but they were good people.
When you hear the words you most don't want to hear, he's part pit bull. Like,
yeah, right.
Hear that, like, okay,
Yeah, that's
you know,
right. Oh, he's part pit bull.
Everybody
But he's really
thinks
nice.
But he's a sweetie. They have a
Yeah.
bad rap. They have a bad
Yeah,
rap,
they
those
really
pit
do.
bulls. You know?
He's different from the rest. Yeah.
it comes from biting my wife. That's where the bad rap came from.
So is she okay, by the way? Is your wife okay?
It's okay, but you know, it's a funny thing because you know, we were both saying like, had it been a child, it would have played a lot different. You know, like you
Oh,
come into
yeah.
a kid and the dog takes a piece out of the kid's cheek.
Yeah.
That plays different. You know, even
Right.
taking a piece out of my wife's wrist. It's like, come on now, like that's frigging irresponsible. You know, like
I'll tell one more story. I was at the house that I rented many years ago, the one in Pennsylvania that I had before where I am now, and friends were coming over, right? So they were coming over, but this was when it was my other friend's house. Long story short, anyway, so they show up, and I said, "Listen, I had my cat there." My little white cat that I had for many years. And that was a feral cat that I rescued. And she was super sweet, but she didn't like dogs and she didn't like other animals. And so the door opens and they're like, guess what? We brought our little dog. And I'm like, oh my God. Right. And their little dog is like part pit bull or whatever. Like it's one of these dogs that's like growling at you all the time. And I'm like, oh God. I said, no. Don't. I have a cat in the house. I need to catch the cat. So I retreat into the house, and as I retreat to find the cat, they unleash the dog, and they say, he loves cats, right? So the cat crosses the dog's path, runs into the bathroom. The dog is in chase. The cat jumps on top of the medicine cabinet. I go in. I grab the cat to take it to safety. The cat thinks I'm the dog, biting its belly, and mauls me.
Yeah.
I'm covered in blood, right? Like ruined the whole evening. You know, I'm like sitting on the floor covered in blood, and I'm like, I'll be out in a minute. Oh my God.
I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm just like,
there's this assumption that people,
at least you
you
were
know,
somewhere where there were plenty of bandages and it was easy to clean up, you know, so you had
And then
that
they're
in your
like,
favor.
oh, your cat attacked you. It wasn't our dog. And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, but your dog caused it.
had Ridgebacks. You know, like Ridgebacks are kind of cool dogs, and they
Oh,
have
yeah.
they're big ass dogs.
Still
And
hurt
so
you too.
my daughter who's now 22, was tiny, you know, and I'm, you know, she's got my hand and like we're walking in there, and this dog is outside, and he's like doing a number on the window, like like this, you know, and the lady in the house says to me like, oh, you know, don't worry, and I said, I'm sorry, you have no freaking idea what that dog is thinking right now. You really don't. You know,
Right.
just like a human, he's an animal, and who the hell knows? You know, it's like, you know, but it's like, tell me
true.
that it's so safe when the thing is there, you know, like looking
Ready
like
to murder you. Oh,
my
my
dog.
sweetie would never murder you. Don't
No,
worry.
Of course not. No.
But
Well, I
Not
had
to
an
say
enormous
we're
cat.
anti-pets here, 'cause we're not anti-pets, but yeah.
All right, Bill Nolan. Great to see you. And,
Goodbye.
you know, we'll see you next week. And we'll be right back after this with Wilbert, that guy down there.
All right. See ya.
JMTV brought to you by Dr. Thunderbird.
Oh, yes, Dr. Thunder. He's back. Back with another bottle. I always notice that bottle is never full, which makes me wonder, like, how you spent your day. You know?
I don't drink a lot of Dr. Thunder. But I drink it on the show. I first drank it on the show because it looks kind of like Gosling's rum, you know, and people were like, oh, it's drinking.
Yes,
Yeah. You know?
okay, yeah.
So I'd have the Goslings, and then I'd have Dr. Thunder for the rest of the night. I'd act like I was drinking because I'm a lightweight. I can't take it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Well, and I'm like, you know, then everybody else is drinking, you know, that kind of thing, and I'm drinking from a Dunkin' Donut, or not a Dunkin' Donut, a Donut Delight cup from, you know, in Norwalk.
Yeah, right.
That I still have 2 years later after moving out of town.
Cool. So how you
It
been
works for
doing?
me, you know, so I've been doing all right. I got the shot, the shot, and
The first one.
yeah, and there actually I got the J&J shot, so I'm like one and done.
Oh, there you go.
But but had like a strange reaction to it and called my doctor and said, I'm like really uptight and I'm having chest pains and something's not right, but I'm not having a heart attack. I don't have any of the other symptoms. And I used to be an EMT, so I know what the symptoms are. And he says, Mr. Baird, you have no idea how many strange calls I've gotten this week about the vaccine. It seems like there's a wide range of reactions that people have to the J&J vaccine.
But you feel all right.
I feel just fine.
Good.
I will not have a heart attack on the show or later either.
Yeah, don't do that. You can freeze up, but
Yeah,
you
that's
can't have a heart attack. All right, what do you got for us?
I've got trash compared to Bill. I mean, Bill brings out Steve Earle, and I'm bringing out like Bryan Adams from the
Yeah.
70s, 80s. Like oh yeah. So, but it's almost unrecognizable Bryan Adams, so that makes it okay. And I'm Scottish, so I don't have to do an Irish thing. Scots are unfriendly anyway. They're like, don't sit next to me, at the bar. We're not like the Irish. So,
Exactly. All right, go for it.
all right, here we go.
That's great. I don't. Do I know that song? What's that called?
It's I'm gonna run to you.
Oh yeah, right. Of course it is. Yeah, right.
Run to you. A little
Very
different.
funny.
I can just imagine Bryan Adams going like, I did not write that song to be played like that. But as long as I'm getting royalties, I really don't mind. You can play it all you want.
Exactly.
So, am I loud enough, or do I need?
Yeah,
to
you
turn
sound
up?
great.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, oh good.
It's just my.
What else do you have for us?
So I got another song by. This is called "Sometimes." It's just plain beautiful.
All
What
right.
else you can say about it? It's by Jonathan Edwards.
Very cool.
Where am I going here? I'm going up to. I got all these pedals that you told me to buy. Now
You
I'm
did it, huh?
I'm over my head. And
And
over
you
my
figured
knees.
them all out. I'm glad to hear that.
That's what you keyboard players. You're used to them. Us guitar players, we just keep buying them. We never figure them out. Anyway, okay. So here comes sometimes about thinking of somebody you miss and love early in the morning.
Nice, really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a cool tune. He's a one-hit wonder. Jonathan Edwards, but he's the only guy I've ever seen. There's a great video out on YouTube of him singing somewhere in a bar, and he wrote "Sunshine Go Away Today." I don't feel much like so. He's made his money, but he's telling some long story in the bar, and finally somebody in the bar says, "Shut up and sing." And I've never actually seen that on video before. I've had it done to me before, but I've never seen it on video. It's a great moment. And he keeps talking. He just keeps on telling the story. It's like, that takes some guts, you know.
This is as close as we come to Shut Up and Sing. Very nice, Will, from Deborah.
That's right.
Good stuff, Will Baird. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me on. I love Jam TV.
Yeah, I'm glad you do. Year number 2. I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. I'm like, I don't feel celebratory. I feel like, oh my God, we've been doing this for a year. That's too long.
I think of two things. The first thing I think of is like, what's next? You know, like, and everything is not going to be a clean break, perfect world, you know, as of April 1st or whatever. But the other thing I think of is we know what we're doing now. You know, at least we think we know what we're doing. You know.
I don't know. I have a big transition that's going to happen because I'm going to get back into music again somehow. And
that's right. You're going to play for a change.
I don't know how that's going to happen yet. Yeah. You know, I don't know how what that's going to look like. And I know that, you know, there's going to be a repeat performance of last summer, which is people that really want to get together and play. They're getting together this weekend in Westport, Dave Rao and a rabble of people. I know that a variety of people have expressed interest to go to that, but I don't know when commercial music is going to come back and when band's going to come back and Bobby Q is going to come back. And we'll have to wait and see.
It's all going to be like piecemeal. I'm betting, you know, but up here in Massachusetts, they just said, you know, restaurants can have bands, and that was it. There was no like vocals and anything like that. And they set a date, and they were very like structured about it. But it sounds like Connecticut with the restaurants has been kind of like shifting around a lot.
I don't know.
So,
We will find out.
Ray will know. He will
Ray will
usually
know.
tells us, but he'll know.
Right,
What do
right.
you want to know?
Hey, there he is.
Well,
Hey,
yeah,
you know,
it's all going to come back slowly.
Yeah.
Are they going to do the golf course this year in Norwalk?
Well, no, the people that ran that lost their lease at the end of December, so they're looking for another place to reproduce that whole experience elsewhere, but it won't be at the golf course. Now, whether the golf course does anything, I don't know.
We're going to find out.
But the latest update that I just got this morning was for restaurants. They can start to have vocalists again inside, effective tomorrow, but the audience, has to be at least 12 feet away. That's the distance requirement, but they're upgrading their site to now allow performers to do inside other than just like instrumentalists,
Very
That's
cool.
a pretty wide
all
distance.
of the other rules apply though. You still have to have masks coming in. You still have to have the tables 6 feet apart. So if it's not a very big place, not much is going to change because they have to meet the distance requirements.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's another step in that direction. So it's still a good thing.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
it's good things for small, for trios and duos and solos.
Yeah, the scale down acts, maybe, duos, or even a solo artist that plays and sing. If the place is big enough, they can put them in a corner and, still have a lot of room for their tables,
They would
Right.
put me in the corner, but they'd make me face the corner. That's the problem.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah.
Nobody puts Will in the corner.
He will fight back. Revenge will be mine one day.
Right.
Totally.
All right, well, Baird, thank you so much for coming on. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me. Same here, and hi to you, Ray. Take care.
Good to see you, Will.
So what do you got for us tonight, Ray?
Well, since Bill Nolan dedicated a song to Bill Gagan, I guess I decided to do the same. This is the song that he sang to his future wife at the time, Judy. I believe they met at a wedding. I think it was in Rhode Island. There was a hotel. People were hanging out in the rooms afterwards. And Bill didn't have his guitar, but he sang this song a cappella to her. And I guess that's when she fell all in love. So I'm going to do that now. And
All
Bill
right.
does this all the time. Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, here we go. I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good? Norwegian word. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. And I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on the rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. Told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird had flown. so I lit a fire. Isn't it good, Norwegian wood?
Love that song. That's great.
Yeah, it's a good tune. Yeah, Bill does that all the time. Well, at the jams, and he usually plays.
Any talk about him coming this summer? I thought I heard something like that.
Yeah, actually, he was going originally. He was going to come end of July, beginning of April, but they're having some issues with flying out of Ireland and everything, so he's postponed it. Now, he's talking mid-July
Right.
for a visit back to the States, which will be good. Things should be a lot better by then, you know. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. How you doing out there in Pennsylvania?
Doing
Still all
fine.
hunkered down?
Same old, same old. I've been spending time in Connecticut. The jam van blew a transmission on the first day I was driving it.
No way.
So I got it at the shop in Connecticut. I had my AAA premium or whatever they call it. They took me Premier. They took me to Connecticut, and I've got it at a shop there. I'm trying to figure out what to do about that. But it's an old vehicle, so it's bound to.
Did you ask Elwood about
Oh
it?
yeah, Elwood's been helping me through the whole thing, Mr. Transmission. So
Yeah. He definitely knows his stuff.
that's for sure. So what else do you have for us?
Oh God. Actually, you know what? How about that Hall and Oates tune? What do
All
you
right,
think?
cool.
All right. Haven't done that in a long time.
We'll do that in person sometime, and I'll play
I
along.
know.
with you.
Well, I remember you used to ask me to do that every now and again. And yeah, we definitely need to do it in person. All right, let's see if I can remember it. All right. A baby hair and a woman's eye. Yeah, I can feel you watching in the night. Come along with me, waiting for the sunlight. When you feel cold, you want me. When I feel I can't go on, you come and hold me. It's you and me forever. Sarah, smile. I want you to smile a while for me, Sarah. You say like a leaving, you know you can't go. Why don't you stay until tomorrow? If you wanna be free, you know all you got to do is say so. When I feel cold, you want me. And when I feel I can't go on, you come and hold me. It's you and me forever. Sarah, smile. I want you to smile a while for me, Sarah. Smile. I want you to smile a while for me, Sarah. I want you to smile a while for me, Sarah. Smile, oh yeah. I want you to smile a while for me, Sarah. Baby, a woman's eyes. Yeah, I can feel you watching in the night. Come along with me, waiting for the sunlight. When I feel cold, you want me. And when I feel I can't go on, you come and hold me. It's you and me forever. Sarah, smile. I want you to smile a while for me, Sarah. Smile. I want you to smile a while for me, Sarah.
Nice.
All right, there you go.
Hey,
Hey, everybody.
Hey, we've got people on the screen. Look at that.
Oh my God. Yeah, a lot of
Hey, Nick, how you doing? Oh, God,
fans.
Brian and Vera. Hey, you guys.
hey,
Been a long time.
Good to see you, Vera. I haven't seen you in forever.
Hey guys, good to see you all.
We've been busy.
yeah, we've
Yes.
been busy.
Home, homeschooling still? Is that still going on?
We are. We've been. Well, no, actually, they're in school, but we're cooking another one. So
Oh, really?
Congratulations.
That's what quarantine will do.
Nice.
and what's really exciting because I don't know if you guys. We have 2 girls. So now, are we frozen?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we are. We have 2 girls. This one's a boy.
Wow.
Oh, awesome.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Just another one of these.
That's very exciting. When's the baby coming?
September.
Fantastic.
That's really wonderful. Cool.
Congratulations. That's great.
Congratulations. I'm glad to hear that. That's terrific. How you doing, Nick Carter?
I'm doing great. How are you guys? Good to see
Doing
everybody.
good. Doing good. Ray Simonelli, thank you so much. That was fantastic.
Good to hear you, Ray. Nice job,
Happy to be
Ray.
here. Happy to be
Yeah.
anywhere, actually.
Yeah, hang out for a little while. I got a couple from you're good for time, Nick, right? I got a couple from Brian and Vera, and then they've sent me a video along too. So we're gonna do a little mini session with those guys, and then I'll bring you on right after that.
That's fine. No problem at all.
Sounds good. So what do you got for us, you guys?
Couple of new ones that the first one we're gonna play is in the process of being produced, and then the second one has not been produced at all. So it'll be the first time anyone's really hearing it. And then the third video is, the lyric video fully produced, but we haven't yet broadcast it as a single yet. So, but that's coming. So
World premiere video. Fantastic. Can't
So
wait.
yeah, we'll start with this one. It's called Alive.
All right.
Let me just get this up.
Good to see you guys.
I know, it's crazy. I'm looking forward to actually, like
Yeah.
we're getting a little nostalgic. Like we missed the Thursday jams.
I miss it too. I miss it.
Yeah.
Painful.
Hopefully soon.
Cross your fingers. Maybe this summer. Who knows?
Yeah.
So are you good?
I'm good.
All right. Here we go. This one's called Alive.
Well, I've known love, but nothing comes close to this. Trembling knees, icy lips, and fire in between. You're in my blood, won't let that pulse come to rest. Pounding heart in my chest, it's a powerful machine. 'Cause I can't remember my life when we were together. Oh God, here I go again. No way I can hide it. I want you to scream my name. Keep holding my body tight. 'Cause I'm in your hands tonight. Take the wheel and drive. It's hard to explain. I've been awakened inside. Swear I could die in those eyes. I'm finally alive. Well, I'm no saint, but I think you might be one. In spite of all that I've done, you're still my northern star. And I don't claim to have the answers you seek, but if you wanna dive deep, I'm ready when you are. 'Cause I barely sleep the nights you're not right here beside me. My dreams, they can't satisfy me the way that you do. I need you to scream my name and keep holding my body tight. 'Cause I'm in your hands tonight. Take the wheel and drive. It's hard to explain. I've been awakened inside. Swear I could die in those eyes. I'm finally alive. Oh, lightning strikes, oceans rise, thunder rolls. I can't stop, it's beyond my control. To the ends of the earth I will go, to be your journey, your hope. Don't you worry, your hope. Scream my name, keep holding my body tight. 'Cause I'm in your hands tonight. Take the wheel and drive. It's hard to explain. I've been awakened inside. Swear I could die in those eyes. I'm finally alive. I'm finally alive. Alive. I'm finally alive.
That's great. I love hearing you guys sing harmonies together. It's great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Really fun. So when did you write that?
That's new.
Yeah, it's pretty
Brand new.
No, finished it 3 weeks ago or so.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So this next one's a little bit more upbeat. Let me see if I yeah. This is brand new.
We're up that high.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a fun one. It's called Soulmate, and kind of picture when the production is all done, I'm kind of picturing the, big, full kind of banging song, something almost like Lumineers kind of sound. So
Cool.
we're working on it, but we're figuring that out. But so yeah, here's the
Go for it.
debut of that,
Very cool.
called Soulmate. All right.
Take it away.
All right. Quick tune-up. Sometimes the capo can throw it off. It's a little chilly in the basement. 1 second, guys. All right. Thank you for bearing with us. Here we go.
Sweetest friend, truest lover, one I trust like no other. Day and night, rain or shine, always mine to discover. Keep me calm, keep me honest, ready for any challenge. Take my hand, help me stand when I can't find my balance. There was a time when I thought I'd never know what it feels like having someone to hold tight. Well, you've been all my life, baby. Look in my eyes. You, I recognize you. How many lives have I lived to find you? It's us, always was, always new. Somehow we find a way. Hello again, soulmate. Every road, the directions I went, deliver me home to your arms in the end. I am yours, you are mine. It's our time, we can find out Hello again, soulmate. Every tireless effort, every change in the weather brought us back to this path. Let us walk it together. All the struggles I went through, all the lows that I've been to, fall away when I'm with you. So fall into me, baby, and look in my eyes. Knew I recognized you. How many lives have I lived to find you? It's us, always was, always new. Somehow we find a way. Hello again, soulmate. Every road, the directions I went, deliver me home to your arms in the end. I am yours, you are mine. It's our time, we can finally say hello again, soulmate. And I know one of us will go first. Hope it's me, but I'll brace for the worst. I'm trying the next life not to forget. Last time we met, baby, look in my eyes. Knew I recognized you. How many lives have I lived to find you? It's us, always was, always knew. Somehow we find a way. Hello again, soulmate. Every road, the directions I went, deliver me home to your arms in the end. I am yours, you are mine. It's our time, we can finally say I am yours, you are mine. It's our time, we can finally say hello again, soulmate. Hello again.
Very nice. Excellent.
Nice.
All the old, yeah.
It's great to hear your voices together again.
It really is.
You guys sounded great. It's great to hear your voices again. It's been too long since barbecues.
I
I
know.
know. It would be so nice if we could this summer. I'm really hoping.
Cross
Yeah.
your fingers. I am
I'm
hoping so.
really- It's been a long time.
Well, I've actually,
It's been a year.
no.
Is anyone vaccinated on the screen now? Anyone?
I've got one. I've got one.
Oh, good.
So
Just
I
got
get my second one
this
shortly.
afternoon. I got number 2 this afternoon.
Nice. That's
I got my number 2 last Thursday. So
awesome. We're on our way.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you guys? You don't qualify yet, right?
Oh, and it's so frustrating because in other states, pregnant women qualify early, but in Connecticut, it doesn't matter if you have any kind of immunocompromised, what like pregnant, doesn't matter. They're just like, so they bumped up everybody to April 5th. So that's
That's good. That's good.
It's soon.
I'm glad to hear that. Cross fingers. Maybe this summer. We'll see what happens with the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get back there.
So tell me a little bit about this video that I'm going to play right now.
It's called, the song called Before Us. I actually wrote it for your birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, that was just sort of a slow jam love song. You know, it's like everybody has that person. It's like you can't picture life without, and so that's just the underlying message to it. So for me, that's you.
What do you want?
I know we're just too sweet right now. It's like
Awesome. No, I missed that.
but yeah, that's the basic idea. So this lyric video is we'll publish it probably sometime over the next couple weeks after we get done doing the first kind of promotion for the EP that's out. And then this will be the first single that we kind of push out after that. So
That's great. And what's your production process nowadays? Like, how did you make this thing?
well, it's let me see if I could. It's right here. And so I record the guitar and we do the vocals here, literally where we're
In the
standing,
basement, yeah.
and then send it off to our guy, and he arranges it. And so it's been a year now. It'll be a year in April. We've been working with him, and can't say enough good things about this guy. He's so talented. I'm hesitant to tell you his name because I don't want.
Then you won't be able to afford it. Yeah.
So,
Your secret weapon, your Dr. Strangelove in the bunker, right?
Don't want anybody to steal him from you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. All right. With no further ado, here we go. Check it out, Brian and Vera.
Here, let's see.
Seems so long ago the day that I learned. Run the other way from love or get burned. Just wanted my turn to feel the heat. Always found a way to make it look fun. Drowning in the bottle till I win up. Wondering when you'd come to rescue me. So I'll take that dive with you, jump through fire with you, trust my life with you. Someday I hope to die with you. Truth is out, can't refuse you now. Show my scars, open up, no more secrets because for us, all I knew how to do was bleed in vain. Love was nothing but a cruel and endless game. Till you came along.
Feel like I've known you since I took my first breath. Almost like our souls knew they were old friends. 'Cause life would make no sense if not for you.
Take this ride with me, make time fly with me, speak your mind with me, don't hold back, you can cry with me. Now I'm in tears, it's in my eyes, it's clear where I've been, who I was, let me tell you, because for us, all I knew how to do was bleed in vain. Love is nothing but a cruel and endless game. Till you came along. Before us, I was sure that I was cursed to live this way. 'Cause there was never anybody worth the leap of faith. Till you proved me wrong. Keep proving me wrong. Keep proving me wrong. And down the road when we're up and we're weak, we'll still be going strong. For us.
All my heart knew how to do was bleed in vain.
Love was nothing but a cruel and endless game. Till you came along. For us, I was sure that I was cursed to live this way. 'Cause there was never anybody worth the leap of faith. Till you proved me wrong. For us, before us, there was never anybody worth the leap of faith. Till you proved me wrong.
Fantastic.
Really, really good. Loved it.
I'm going to memorize this.
Yeah.
Nick's new song.
My compliments, you guys. That's really a pleasure. What a pleasure to hear. And what a pleasure to watch. Great executed video. Nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank you.
really
Oh, yeah.
excellent.
Real pleasure.
Super to see you guys, and congratulations on the baby on the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's got an excuse for her belly getting bigger.
Oh yeah, COVID belly, right? You gotta have it one way or another. I got mine. Don't worry.
So stick around. I got a couple new ones Brian and Vera haven't heard. I think you other guys might have heard it. So
All right, cool. Nick, take it away. Do it
all
for us.
right. So this is about a girl who loves bourbon.
I know him.
Bourbon, yeah. Music coaxed her off the street. She's always got a dance floor beneath her feet. She might take you by the hand, but only 'cause she loves the band. Can you hear it all right? Okay. You'll want her lipstick closed, but she's two-step trouble in a straight up dose. Just bow when she lifts her glass. She puts it down and dances fast. She's an old-fashioned girl on the dance floor alone. The men drinking every moon. They all want to take her home. She's whiskey and bitters with a twist and a sugar smile. On Friday night, she dips a finger, gives her eyes a swirl. She's an old-fashioned girl. She slaps her hand down on my stool. Been so long since I've seen you. Here's to another dance. She's got me drinking to a second chance. She's a gypsy in amber light. Takes me back to high school nights. Right smiles and then a kiss. Cup of comfort to our lips. She's an old-fashioned girl on the dance floor alone. The men drinking every mood. They all want to take her home. She's whiskey and bitters with a twist and a sugar smile. On Friday night, she drinks a finger, gives her eyes a swirl. She's an old-fashioned girl. The mix can hit you hard if you're not careful. She'll go straight to my head, but I can't let her. Oh, la la, oh, sha la la, oh, she's an old-fashioned girl on the dance floor alone. The men drinking every mood. They all want to take her home. She's whiskey and bitters with a twist and a sugar smile. On Friday night, she tastes a finger, gives her eyes a swirl. She's an old-fashioned girl. She's an old-fashioned girl on the dance floor alone. The men drinking every moon. They all want to take her home. She's whiskey and bitters with a twist and a sugar smile. On Friday night, flips a finger, gives her eyes a swirl. She's an old-fashioned girl. She tastes a finger, gives her eyes a swirl. She's an old-fashioned girl.
All right, Nick.
Nice.
So
Very
this one-
nice.
So this one's a little more subdued, and these two I finally sent in. We're going to start recording these down in Nashville in the next few weeks.
Is everybody working in Nashville? Is nobody
Here's the
working
deal.
anywhere but
Actually,
Nashville?
no. This is just developed last week. The guys at the County Q studio where I've been working on this project for the last few years have been recording. That way, the way that studio is constructed, everybody's got an isolation booth. Everybody. If you stand in the middle of the room, imagine the room with telephone booths all around the perimeter. And that's how this place was built in the first place.
Wow.
So no, it's not like I can just buzz on in, but we are talking about it. And not at all unlike what Brian and Vera are doing with your tracks, sending them off. That's probably what's going to happen first with these.
How,
But,
what,
I want to get
made
there.
of, Nick? What are
What's
the
that?
booths made of? They're not plastic. Anything about the sound in the different booths. What are they made of? Do they absorb sound?
Yeah, they're full of it's a very high quality. It looks like almost like egg crate cartons, but it's like,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Cool.
and they're all glassed in. It's a beautiful little studio. I mean, the plexiglass, you can see me right behind the glass. And they've got all the XLR and all the cabling that runs into each booth. I'll be in a booth behind the board. That's about phone booth size. The other guys, I've got some guys coming in to play, you know, fiddle, mandolin, stand-up bass, cello. They'll have bigger booths so they can drag their gear in.
It's awesome.
But anyway, so this is a song. I'll just let you listen, see what you think. It's called The Fountain Pen. Please don't hate me for the words she made me write. She's been talking to herself all night. Her trembling hand is steady now, thoughts coming clear. She's leaving you one last souvenir. I am her only fountain pen, the birthday gift you gave her back then. I can't count the time she picked me up and put me down, but she's riding rain tonight, the way the ink is pouring out. Her words say you are out of time. They lay across the page like a field of mines. No way out between the lines. I can't stop her from writing it's the end. I am just a fountain pen, like a jet black arrow flying from her hand. I signed your names the day you traded wedding bands, and Italian summer postcards, late night letters back in school, notes of devotion by two crazy loving fools. But tonight she's asking how it all went wrong, drawing lines straight to all you could have done. Question marks and margins hanging heavy, so cold. An exclamation point closing in to take its toll. Her words say you are out of time. They lay across the page like a field of mines. No way out between the lines. I can't stop her from writing it's the end. I am just a fountain pen. Now you see her pain is out of hiding. She can't take it anymore. So the ink from my lips draws you a goodbye kiss. Then she packs me in her suitcase, pins a letter to the door. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, the words you write are out of time. They lay across the page like a field of mines. No way out between the lines. I can't stop her from writing it's the end. But I am just a fountain pen. I can't stop before it's over the end. I am just a fountain pen. That's all you got.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's a hell of
I
a
like that, Nick. I like that.
It's
Wow.
thank you. It's about an inanimate object. And late last fall, I sat down and just kind of said, okay, if Don Schlitz in Nashville can write about a blank piece of paper, listen to it. It's a great song. He writes, it's called I'm Just a Blank Sheet of Paper. But I thought, okay, let's take a shot at this one. So there you have it. We'll see where it all goes.
Yeah.
I can hear that. I can hear the. Is that the one you're producing with the?
Both of them are.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if what I hear is what you envision, but I can definitely hear it.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Let's how do we get in touch? I'd love to hear what you're
Oh
hearing.
no, I'm excited to hear what you do with this. Is what I'm saying. I'm excited to hear.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, right now this is going in front of a bunch of, the guys down there, obviously, you can imagine they're all very experienced and stuff, but hell, I've listened to your work now for a few years and I'd be very interested in what you'd have to think. So.
Oh, I think it's great. I love that song.
I'll hook you guys up. I'll connect you guys up.
Link us up because I truly would love to hear what you're hearing in that, Brian, truly. We got another very patient musician out there, Kyle, who's waiting very patiently. And
Yeah, I actually hear an accordion track, but that's another story. Maybe that's just me.
I hear, right, just simple single track, right? Yeah. That's great.
Good stuff.
Did the sound, I'm coming to you through an Ethernet and I'm plugged directly into this Focusrite. Is the sound
Sounds great.
okay?
Sounds terrific.
I mean, no distortions?
Perfect.
All right.
I
think you had some issues
Hey,
with the
sounds great.
guitar.
Sounds like
Don't
you're
go
in
by Ed,
Nashville.
though. Ed hears an accordion in James Brown's song, so he hears it.
Exactly. Great to see you, Nick. Thank you so much. Really great.
I'm going to hang out and listen to Kyle.
All right, cool.
Appreciate it, Ed. Lots of fun tonight. Thanks.
No, good. I'm glad you can make it.
Ray, Brian, and Very, wonderful to hear you both, all three of you.
Good to see
Stay
you.
safe, buddy.
What do you got for us, Kyle?
All right, so I've got my new original that I just released this week. It's an acoustic version.
Oh, yeah?
Of it, so it's going to be pretty interesting, different from the actual track, but it should sound pretty good. It should sound pretty good, hopefully.
All right, take it away.
Trying experimenting with it. All right, this song is called "Killing Me," and
All right.
yeah, hope you guys like it. It's all a game when she got your fangs and got me out on the front porch, wondering where to begin, apologizing, hoping to get back again. A crime committed, 'cause I'm found guilty. She's the eyewitness, wish there was a way to fix this. Oh, cause she's killing me. Giant jury executioner, won't you let me go? I swear you made it up. I think you got it wrong. Don't let your heart go numb. Don't let your heart go numb. Prosecutor, it was just a dream, overreaction. Don't point that finger at me, calling to the stand. Something else, 'cause I can't defend myself. Give me a second to breathe. Oh, why do I do this to myself. I swear I'm innocent, but she ain't that enough. Fuck, she's got me. And she keeps me coming back for more. What am I waiting for? Torture, executioner, won't you let me go? I swear you made it up. I think you got it wrong. Don't let your heart go numb. Don't let your heart go numb. 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 Let me go. Let me go. Don't let your heart go. That's
Nice.
yeah. I thought it was pretty alright. I think the acoustic version is interesting compared to the
Nice voice.
I was sitting here,
Nice
I was
voice.
sitting here doing drum beats and like, bah, bah,
Yeah, it was.
bah, bah.
Right.
That's exactly how the actual track sounds. I can send a link to the chat or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, text me the link. I'll put it up. That sounds great.
All right, yeah.
That's real
I'll
good.
just put that.
You gonna do another original for us?
Yes, actually, I'm planning
Alright,
on
cool.
doing another one. I've played this one for you guys before. It's called Queen of the Butterflies. I don't know if you guys might remember it or not, but give it a shot. We'll see what you guys think. This is it's a pretty good song. I like it. It's gonna have a lot more work done on it when I produce it and stuff, but it sounds pretty good as it is. But here we go. You know, I'm just gonna take the headphones off. Okay. It comes and done, it comes and done. It comes and done, it comes and done. If you see me on your TV screen, would you even know? I know that it's me. If you look my way, would you feel the love you felt for me? There's gotta be a way to fix this. There's gotta be a way to fix that. There's gotta be a way to fix this. But there's not. Comes and done, comes and done. Comes and done, it comes and done. You're the queen of the butterflies, 'cause you tickled my inside. You came undone, you're one that can't be won. I fell apart and now it's done. Now it's done. And now it's done. If you heard me sing, would you even recognize me? You never cared much for the words, so I wonder if you're listening now. 'Cause I'm falling apart, the words keep pouring out. I lose myself between the thoughts of what we had. Then I lose myself, and nothing's ever good enough, no. And nothing's ever good enough, no. You're the queen of the butterflies. fell apart and now it's done. Now it's done. You're the queen of the butterflies, 'cause you messed up my insides. You came undone, you're one that can't be won. I fell apart and now it's done. Now it's I came undone, you came undone, we came undone, now it's over, yeah. I came undone, you came undone, you came undone, it's the one that can't be won, yeah. It comes undone. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Something like that.
Oh, good.
Really nice.
Nice. Nice job, Kyle.
Thanks.
Nice job, Kyle.
Nice.
Sounds good. So when are you dropping that? When are you dropping that first song?
Oh, it's already out.
Oh, that one's already out.
The first
All right,
one's
great.
already out, but it's an electric version. This is the acoustic stuff that I was just doing, just to
Fantastic.
show it off to people, you know. And so that one's already out. That one and Dream Girl are already out on my SoundCloud. And then Queen of the Butterflies is probably gonna come out after this next one that I've got. There's another one coming very soon, probably in the next like week or so. And yeah. So that should be interesting.
Fantastic. Tell them where they can find it.
Yeah, on SoundCloud, on my SoundCloud page under Scrubby. It's I just sent a link to Ed. He could put it up on the video, and I'll put it in the comments on Facebook and stuff.
I will do that. Yeah,
Sounds
fantastic.
good.
Kyle, fantastic. Great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Great job,
All right.
man.
We'll be right back after this with a world premiere video from Charles and a couple live songs from him right after this. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
there he is. How you doing, Charles?
How's it going, fellas?
Doing good.
Good. Good to see you, Charles.
Good to see you guys. I got
the shades.
Yeah, I feel
Nice.
like I'm a cool cat today.
Mine aren't here. Otherwise, I'd be cool too.
I can't see a thing, but
Charles is so funny. Charles said to me, like today around, I don't know, 5 o'clock, he's like, I got a video for you tonight. It's a great song. It's definitely going to be along the fish theme. I don't know if you caught the goldfish video, Nick.
No, I don't think I did.
Oh yeah, that was a world premiere a couple of weeks ago.
I have heard about it though.
And I said, send me the song. I can't wait to see the video. He goes, well, I haven't recorded the song or made the video yet. And I'm like, it's 5 o'clock. And he's like, don't worry about it. I got it.
Nice.
So this
well,
was
yeah, no, wait
minute ago.
until you see it to make a final judgment. It could be a. It could.
I
be
can't wait. I can't wait. So what are you going to do for us live? Play a couple for us live before I play the video.
I'm gonna do a couple Beatles songs.
Always good.
We'll see how it goes. I will admit to have I've been drinking quite a bit, so we'll see how this goes. No judgment. I messed
There
this
you
up.
go.
Right? Yeah, Billy. Cheers.
Cheers.
What-
Cheers. Cheers.
What have you got there, Billy Foster? What in the world is that?
It's a margarita glass with a daiquiri in it.
Whoa. Well, what's in that daiquiri? What's the color? I mean, cranberry.
No, that's a strawberry. Sorry, strawberry daiquiri.
Nice. All right.
Fantastic. All right, Charles, take it away.
Let's see how this goes. This may be a complete disaster. To lead a better life, I need my love to be here. Making each day of the year, changing my life with the wave of her hand. Nobody can deny that there's something there, running my hands through her hair. Each of us thinking how good it can be. Someone is speaking, but she doesn't know he's there. I want her everywhere, and if she's beside me, I know I need never care. But to love her is to need her everywhere. Knowing that love is to share. Each one believing that love never dies. Watching her eyes and hoping I'm always there. I need her everywhere. And if she's beside me, I know I need never care. But to love her is to need her everywhere. Knowing that love is to share. Each one believing that love never dies. Watching her eyes and hoping I'm always there. We'll be there and everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. Ooh, can't hit that last note.
Damn fine work. Damn fine work.
Good selection. I love that one.
So this is another Beatles tune. This is one of my favorites because it's just so ridiculous. So feel free to sing along and clap along and stomp your feet and rattle your jewelry or whatever it is that they said. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. He went out tiger hunting with his elephant and gun. In case of accidents, he always took his mom. He's the all-American, bullet-headed Saxon mother's son. All the children sing, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. Deep in the jungle where the mighty tiger lies, Bill and his elephants were taken by surprise. So Captain Marvel zapped him right between the eyes. Zap! All the children sing, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. The children asked him if to kill was not a sin. Not when he looked so fierce his mommy butted in. If looks could kill, it would have been us instead of him. All the children sing, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. I just want to go into While My Guitar Gently Weeps right after that.
That was great. Fantastic. I love that song.
It's so fun. So much fun.
And you do it good. So what have you been drinking?
I am don't laugh, but I am drinking Truly Hard Seltzer.
Excellent.
I am about 6 or 7 cans in.
I'm drinking Dr. Thunderbird as usual.
Should I put anything in it?
Dr. Thunderbird. No, it is not Walmart's Dr. Pepper knockoff. It's a knockoff of Thunderbird wine. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. No, it's not. It's Dr. Pepper. It's 62-cent 2-liter Dr. Pepper. That's what it is.
Have you ever had Mr. Pibb?
Yes, I've had. I love Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb is like a Dr. Pepper knockoff, but it's totally not legit because that motherfucker didn't even get his degree.
That's right, Mr. Pibb, and then you got Ting. You ever have Ting from like the Jamaicans?
No.
The Jamaicans drink Ting, which means thing. You know, I don't know, but Ting is a good one from the islands. And
What was the black cherry one back in the 80s? It was real popular. It was black cherry.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it.
there was like Dr. Bronner's, or no, that was soap.
Something weird, but it was really good. It was good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a company that made celery soda and weird flavored grapefruit celery and stuff.
It was a wild time for our taste buds.
It was a wild time back then.
Weirdest soda I ever had was macaroni and cheese. I swear.
That is not a thing. Is that real?
It was macaroni and cheese soda. It was so weird.
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little.
Speaking
in the village. It was in a restaurant in the village.
All right. Speaking of macaroni and cheese soda, Randy Brody. Oh, Randy Stone. Oh my God, Randy Brody. My God, my brain.
Speaking of cheesy, yeah.
Randy.
How's everybody?
You weren't here, Randy. You weren't here a couple weeks ago when my baby goldfish video premiered. I was very upset, but now I'm glad you're here.
I didn't see it.
I think you'll appreciate the new world premiere video that we've got coming.
Let's see it, man.
Known as Tuna King, and Charles, we're looking for. Oh my God, it's Charlie. Charlie, we're not looking for a tuna with good taste. We're looking for a tuna that tastes good. Sorry,
Charlie.
Sorry, Charlie.
That's right.
Yep, you remember that.
So as like Ed said, so as of about 6:30 p.m., none of this existed. So I went into a fever and I just recorded this all and then came up with this rap. It's about it's about some of the tragic things that can break a bond between a father and a son. So I can't set it up any better than that. I don't know.
And with no further ado, the world premiere video of the song and video that did not exist 3 hours ago. Here it is.
All right, listen up. This is a little story about the things that can happen to break the seemingly unbreakable bond between father and son. Yeah. I ran out of tuna. I needed some more, so I sent my son to the tuna fish store. I told him to bring me their finest catch, but he brought me back a substandard batch. I tried to suppress my feelings of rage by reminding myself of his tender age. I said, son, take a look right there. Do you see? This tuna is contaminated with mercury. Can you take it back? Did you save the receipt? There's another tuna store a little further up the street.
Gotta get some tuna, tuna for your dad. Gotta get some tuna that won't make him mad.
He said, Daddy, I'm tired. Can't we just eat this one? I said, have some more respect for your tuna fish, son. So he left the house again with a grumble and a sigh to get some better tuna from the tuna selling guy. But when he came back with the fish, still it wasn't up to par. It had a grayish tint and there was mildew on the jar. I called my son a failure, told him he was a disgrace. Said I no longer loved him and I kicked him in the face.
Overreaction, that's what that was. There's no need for violence because the tuna's not up to snuff.
It's been over 20 years since my son and I have spoken. Whatever bond we might have shared has been forever broken, but I think that it was worth it and I don't regret a thing, 'cause my son now owns a tuna store, they call him Tuna King.
Worth it to lose my son's love, 'cause he's now Tuna King.
Precious.
I'm glad I saw that.
Unbelievable.
Harmonies, backing vocals, ad-lib tracks. Oh my God.
And a sock puppet. I mean, what, you know.
And a sock puppet.
That's right.
Them some production values.
I like the fact that it was a rap tune.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He rapped the whole thing. I love that.
Very, very suburban rap. Oh my God.
Yeah, probably the laziest rap you'll ever hear. But
Not at all. Not at all. That's you. That's perfect. That's you. Exactly. That's beautiful.
there you go. We got like aliens on the line or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's that noise?
I don't know. Hey, Johnny Les, how you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing, Ed? How you doing, guys?
Oh, I hear you great. I thought it was your internet connection. That was sort of a half-hearted hello and a half-hearted sound check. Like, let's hear if it's you doing that.
Are there any Gary Larson Farside fans on the board here tonight?
I'm a huge Gary Larson fan.
Everybody has to be.
Here's one. Apropos Charles's wonderful video that he just did. So there's a woman, and she's in her kitchen, or two private investigators come to her door, and they say to her, Mrs. Tuna, if we could just have a few moments to ask you a few questions about your missing husband, and then you can get back to your canning. Ba-da-ba-boom. If that isn't twisted, huh?
We're going to have to issue a comedy warrant for your
Exactly.
That's
Are
a
we
violation.
doing jokes now? Are we doing jokes now? I've got a joke.
All right, Charles.
Jesus.
It's joke hour.
So there's a knock on the door, and the lady goes to answer the door. She opens the door. She sees her husband there, and he's got a duck under his arm. She says, "Where have you been?" And her husband says, "This is the pig I've been screwing." And she says, "That's not a pig, that's a duck." And he says, "I wasn't talking to you."
Yikes.
All right, I got a Jewish joke for you.
Oh boy, here we go. Here it is.
I'm sorry. Oy vey.
Hey, coming from a black guy, it's got to be a good joke, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Oh,
Sal
yeah.
and Sadie are a couple, and they're in their 80s going into their 90s, and all of a sudden Sadie thinks that their marriage is falling apart because Sal doesn't show her the affection, the physical love that he used to. All he does is sit around and watch superhero movies. So she goes to the shrink and tells the shrink, and the shrink tells her, "Well, Sadie, you have to involve yourself into the things that he involves himself into, and then you can make a connection and start something from there." So she thinks about it. She goes home that night. Sure enough, there he is watching a superhero movie. She goes in the bedroom. She takes off all her clothes, puts on a robe, comes out into the room, stands in front of the TV, whips open her robe, looks at Sal and goes, "Super pussy." Sal goes, I'll take the soup.
All right, so here's my bad Jewish guy joke. You made me think of it, Billy. It's all your fault. Same guy, Saul, same guy that Billy was talking about. Lost his wife, but it's a little too soon. He has needs. He's a man. He doesn't know what to do, so he looks up. He gets online because he's modern, and he finds a lady of the night and a place to go. So he finds out the hotel room to go to, motel probably I should say. Knocks on the door, and she comes out. She looks at him up and down. She's like, "Old man, what are you gonna do?" He goes, "Wait, you'll see. When I do this, it gets bigger. And when I do this, it shrinks down." She's like, "Yes, so get in bed." He gets on top of her and he's like, "If I was a rich man." There
you go.
I bet you didn't see that coming from 10 miles.
I don't think I get that one.
Have you heard about? Okay, one more. Tommy.
Go for it. Everybody gets one shot. Yeah.
Tommy comes down the hall. Tommy can't sleep. Tommy hears noises coming from Mom and Daddy's room. He walks in there and he sees Daddy and Mommy going at it. Daddy's on top. And he goes, "Dad, oh, God damn, no, no." And he runs down the hall. And his wife says, the man's wife says, "Darling, you better go talk to Tommy." Okay. Well, he goes down the hall. Tommy's not in his own room. He goes down the hall. Tommy has entered Grandmama's room. And he walks in, and Tommy's having his way with Grandmama. And he goes, Daddy goes, Tommy, how could you do such a thing?" Tommy turns around and says, "Not so funny when it's your mother, is it?"
Oh.
All right.
Very good.
I got
Ba-da-ba-boom. There he is. Yes.
I think that's the winner. I got
another joke. I got one more.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Good, Charles.
Here we go. This is we'll see what you guys think about this. This one has no ethnic or racial overtones, nor is it.
Oh, come on.
But I think it's pretty good. This is my favorite joke. So, a polar bear comes home from school one day. True story. And he goes up to his dad, and he says, "Dad, are you really a polar bear?" And his dad says, "Yeah, of course. Why?" The little bear says, "Oh, no reason." Shuffles off to bed. Next day he comes home, goes up to his mom and says, "Mom, are you really a polar bear?" She says, "Of course I am. Why?" And he says, "Don't worry about it." Shuffles off to bed. This goes on for weeks. Were your parents polar bears? Were your grandparents polar bears? Or are all your aunts and uncles polar bears? Am I, in fact, a purebred polar bear? Finally, the father says, "Enough. Why do you keep asking us these questions?" And the little bear says, "Because I'm fucking freezing."
Very good.
All right, I got one. I gotta do one on my own show, right? All right, so Panda walks into a bar, and that's not the punchline, by the way.
No, I know. Noah's Ark has walked into a bar, but go on. Yeah.
Randy's like, Panda walks into a bar. He's like, "That's hysterical." Oh my gosh. Okay. So
Pace yourself, Randy.
Yeah.
Here we go. Panda walks into a bar. He says to the bartender, "I'll take a hamburger and a beer." Bartender says, "All right." So he brings him a hamburger, eats the hamburger, he drinks the beer. He says, "I'll have another beer." Bartender gives him a beer, drinks the beer. And bartender says, "Is there anything else I can get you?" He says, "No, but I got to go to the bathroom." And the guy goes, "Yeah, it's in the back there." So the panda climbs up on the bar and he stands on the bar. And he urinates on the bartender, on the bar, in the glasses, in the drink bottles, on the patrons. Everybody's like, "What the hell is going on?" Right? He climbs back down, gets in the chair. They're all looking at him like that was uncalled for. He pulls out, reaches into his little pouch, and he pulls out a revolver, right? And he starts shooting the bottles behind the bar, and he shoots the piano player, and he shoots the ceiling, and the chandelier comes crashing down, and he shoots all the windows out, right? And he blows it off, and he puts it back in his pouch. And he hops off the bar stool and he starts to walk out of the bar. And the bartender says, "What in the world was that?" The bartender says, the panda says to the bartender, what do you mean? He says, "I'm a panda." Bartender says, "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" Panda says, "Look it up in the dictionary." And he walks out of the bar. The bartender reaches under the bar. He gets the Webster's dictionary out. He goes to P-P-A-P, panda. And he reads what it says. It says, "Large black and white Chinese bear, eats peas, shoots, and leaves."
Well, I'm going to go kill myself now. Thank you very much.
I just want to go on the record to say that I caught the funniest part of the joke in the beginning.
There you go.
Hey, I want to say hi to someone. This person I was just talking to online named Katrina from Barcelona, who's in the UK.
Wow.
And I gave her the link to this. I said, "Go on, I'll say hi." Say hi to her.
Hey, Katrina.
You should probably say
Katrina,
goodbye.
I remember when you
That's
blew
true.
through New England once. It was really memorable. I remember that.
Don't worry. After that joke, she's not watching anymore. Don't worry.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, close the browser. Yeah.
She's like, what are these guys telling panda jokes and
I know.
Jewish jokes online?
And the sausage fest, yes.
Oh my
Take the
God.
soup.
Hey, Johnny Lenz, how you doing?
I am well. I just had to change my network as I was on the wrong network. I'm now
You were
back
the
on.
alien. You were the alien sound. I knew it. You got a guitar?
I do.
Come on, play us a song or two.
All right. I'll play one. I just happen to have a guitar right here. What do you know?
Awesome. So where are you? In your new fancy sunroom?
I'm in my new room. It's they just finished painting it. I think tomorrow will be all wrapped up. So looking forward to getting the furniture in here and having a real room again.
Nice.
All right.
What do you got for us?
How about a little? I'm drinking a little whiskey right now, a little Whistle Pig. So maybe I'll play something about whiskey.
All right.
Hemingway's whiskey, warms to me. Even when it burns, it'll always finish clean. Didn't like it, watered down. He took it straight up in me. It was bad enough for him, you know it's bad enough for me. Hemingway's whiskey. Stuff out there, good music hard to find. Giving one word to the next, one line at a time. There's more to life than whiskey. There's more to words than rhyme. Sometimes nothing works, sometimes nothing rhymes. Like Hemingway's whiskey. Sail away, three sheets to the wind. Live hard, die hard, this one's for him. Hemingway's whiskey, warms to me. Even when it burns, it'll always finish clean. Didn't like it watered down, took it straight up in me. It was bad enough Hemingway's whiskey.
Nice.
There you go. A song about whiskey.
Very good.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Very nice. Smooth.
Dig it.
It is.
Good stuff. What kind of whiskey are you
rock,
drinking?
right?
What kind of whiskey you have there, Johnny?
A little Whistle Pig. Vermont whiskey, which I like. Single barrel rye.
Nice.
Nice. Boy. I have tried to like whiskey all of my drinking life, and I should like it. I like wine. I collect wine. I age it. So all this, single malt and 12-year, 10-year, I should love it. And this is my face every time I taste whiskey.
Like, whoa, what?
I can't do it.
Straight? How about bourbon?
Just wine.
Different? It's not different for you?
Just wine.
Bourbon, I started this song, this old-fashioned girl song you heard. Actually, I know John's got another song coming up, but a friend in California turned me on to High West bourbon. I never liked bourbon very much.
Both bourbon and rye. It's very nice.
That's right. And she kind of collects it. So she had this nice collection there, and I tried it one night, and I thought, I like Scotch a lot, but I thought I could live on this bourbon.
Well, because I'm a wine guy, I'm on the email list of everybody trying to sell anything.
Sure.
And they sent one on bourbons, and there are $4,000 bottles of bourbon.
I believe it. I never seen one of them.
I got one right here.
I'll tell you what, somebody pours me a glass of that, I'm going to drink it, and I won't make the face either.
So what kind of $400 bourbon is that you got there, Billy Foster?
Well, Raina works for that rich guy. So at the end of the year, when the Christmas time comes, they send a collection. They sent last year was bourbon and brandy, and I had to get up to go to the bar to look at the name of it. But they're all really expensive, and some of them you can only buy in other countries. On the wine rack down here, the last Christmas, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 bottles of wine down there. Now, the cheapest one is $400.
We have to talk.
Come over. I keep telling you to come over.
No, he wasn't talking to you, Billy. He means we have to talk. 'Cause I know where you live. And we're coming over there, and we're cleaning you out.
That's it, man. I will
That's what
bring.
I bought it for.
This is called BYOC. Bring your own corkscrew.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I bought it for. You guys to drink.
Well, listen,
I drink beer and smoke bones. That's me. That's what I do.
My second shot is March 31st. That's the second one.
Nice.
So by tax day, I'll be like a debutante coming out. It's my coming out.
Right, I got mine today. So anytime you're ready.
I mean, from literally, I feel like I've been under house arrest for a fucking year.
We all have been.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, this is the 1 year show. This is the 1 year anniversary.
I saw you up front. I like you. I didn't know whether it'd like to be. This is great. It's the 1 year show, or like, fuck, it's the 1 year show.
I literally felt like that all day. I was like, God, I know I should like play clips from Cobb's Mill.
No, I hear you.
I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. No, let it pass. Do it.
I didn't even put a colorful shirt on. I was like, oh my God, it's been a year. Like, oh.
Yeah. No, I was torn between how to feel about that. I mean, in one sense, it's great that you've done this for a year, but in the other sense, like, God damn.
Yeah. Well, we're eligible for parole very, very soon, you know?
I think so. Put a fucking bracelet on my ankle. And what's that?
After 6 weeks of quarantine, Betsy decided to knit a scarf. There you go.
Nice.
Leave it to the black guy to put a noose on the show. Oh my God.
We can always count on him.
I'm all on a sheet. I didn't know what to do.
Oh my God. All right, Johnny Leds, follow up that banter.
All right. Actually, I'll give you a good one. It's been 1 year, like we know, but Sunday I had my first COVID shot. So life is good.
Good.
Nice.
I guess 2-3 weeks from now I'll have shot 2, and then a few weeks after that I'll be a human again.
Yay. Yeah. And I'm hoping the whole world sort of catches up and it doesn't end up being some variant that takes us all down next.
know,
You know,
I know.
I hope it
Shit
just
show.
goes away. You know?
If everybody would just vax the fuck up, we won't have a variant. Yeah.
My
Yeah,
God.
I couldn't agree. You know, it's not like 500,000 people haven't died. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. I know.
And that's just in the U.S. Yeah, pretty
Cross
hard.
your fingers. Cross your fingers.
Please.
All right, Johnny, go ahead. Do
All
that.
right, well,
Do
on
that song.
note, I'm hoping to be one of these someday. How about a little Neil Young? Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise makes the things we do. Love lost such a cause. Give me things that don't get lost. Like a coin that won't get tossed. Rolling on you. Oh man, take a look at my life, I'm like you. I need someone to help me to hold it through. Oh, one look at my eyes and tell that's true. Lullaby, look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, mean that much to you. I've been first and last, look at how the time goes past. But I'm all alone at last, rolling on you. Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Hoping to be an old man someday.
Yeah, no, great. Great. Nicely done, man.
Nicely played.
Yeah,
I like
very
it.
good.
Very nice.
Great tune. Good choice of songs. Real good tune.
Awesome
Yeah.
stuff.
1 year. We've been 1 year. I found this. I was digging through my bin and I found this. This is an ad for Bobby Q's. Notice the date, March 27, 89.
Wow.
So it was 2 weeks after the original shutdown. And we were, because remember when they shut us down.
I'm getting an ad on StreamYard for Bobby Q's Barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. No, but this was a year old. This is a year. You can go there. They're open,
Never
right?
seen that.
But it was a year ago, and they were like, we don't even know if we could do. They're like selling it out the freaking back door. You know, like the restaurants were closed. You weren't allowed to set foot in the place. Everybody was like, oh God, you know, and we're not going to go out. But,
we were wiping everything down with Clorox wipes because we didn't fucking know.
Right. They thought, oh, well, we'll just do that for a couple weeks. It's just, it's a hoax anyway, so
Yeah,
it's
right,
not going to
yeah.
happen,
Yeah.
right? And then,
Took all
like,
the
now,
flavor out of my cheeseburger. That Clorox just kills the cheeseburger flavor.
It's true.
the ammonia in the meat, right?
Well, guys, I'm heading out. I'll see you guys next week.
All right,
I like your video,
All right,
man.
Charles.
Thank you. See you
Have
guys
a good
later.
one, buddy.
Charles,
Be
thanks
right
for that
back.
video, Charles. I like that.
Not hearing you,
Here's
fellas.
Charles. Oh my God, so good, so good. Actually, I got a video I'm going to play here. What am I gonna play? Oh, so Heidi, you know, remember Heidi? She does those collaborative videos with Mike Balmo and me.
Yeah.
And she slipped on the ice.
I know.
In Texas.
Poor girl.
I mean, what?
I know,
She slipped
exactly,
on the ice
right?
in Texas.
I know. What the fuck?
You moved to Texas and you're like, okay, it's Texas, but at least I'm not going to slip
The
on the
one
ice.
thing I don't have to worry about
is the ice,
Move to
right?
Texas to get away from the ice, right?
Right.
You know, so she slips on the ice, and she sent me pictures of her injury today. She really hurt herself. She broke her arm or
She put a video on today of her
Oh.
hand exercises. No, she messed herself up. I feel bad for her.
The poor girl, like just
Yeah.
like, you know, I think you might be watching. If you're watching, I hope you feel way better.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna look for a video. Oh, I'll play the Led
Get better,
Zeppelin
Heidi,
video.
so we can get to the point where we can make fun of you. But you're too hurt now. We can't do it.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So
Give us time. Give us time.
Yeah,
Okay.
You, Billy, you know, you and me. What? Please.
No, without a doubt.
So I'm going to play a video that she did with us a while back, sometime in the beginning of the first year. Here it is. Check it. Led Zeppelin. Check it out.
Hey lady, got the love I need. Maybe more than enough. Oh darling, walk a while with me. Oh, you got so much, so much, so much. Many times been bitten, many times I've gazed along the open road. Many
That's
There it is.
fantastic.
That kicks
Yeah,
ass.
Yeah, that was a
really
good one.
Real cool.
You got Caesar on guitar killing it.
Everybody killed it on. Here, a funny side story. My son Pat Stone has a band. He plays. Like everybody, all his gigs are canceled. Blah blah blah. But he picked up a wedding. People had seen his band and they want him to play. Hey, bud.
Hey.
And and he picked up a wedding. He's coming going, I need a bass player. I can't find a bass player for this wedding. I'm like, well, where? Could you? He's like, no, I don't need a gray-haired old guy for this fucking wedding.
Nepotism.
So he's searching, and then he finally comes to me and says, I found a guy. He's really good. I met him once. He's like, oh, good. He lives in Brooklyn. Oh, yeah. Who is he? Yeah, he used to live in Darien. His last name begins with a T. And I'm like, is it Nick Troutman? He's like, yeah, that's the guy. So I called up Carl to tell Carl that our two boys are doing a wedding together in like August. And just by pure coincidence, they found each other.
That is really funny.
Yeah.
That is cool, bro. That's cool.
Nick's doing a lot of gigs in Brooklyn, I think. He's busking on the street.
Yeah,
Really?
Nick is intimidatingly good. He's really good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that Stanley Clark, Exhibit A is that Stanley Clark video that Mike, you and Ed did with him.
Woo! Yeah, he's good.
I don't think I was on that video.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah, Heidi.
I'm thinking of the other one.
Heidi
Sorry.
played keyboards on that. It was her last hurrah before she slipped on the ice.
Oh, you know what? Heidi sent me. So I've been talking to Heidi a lot,
Oh, yeah. Let me cut you off right there. I saw the pictures that she didn't send you.
No, she sent me the no, she wouldn't. I told her she didn't. She wanted to send me like her surgery pictures.
Oh.
I didn't want to see it. Yeah.
I saw them. I cannot unsee them now.
But she did show me like
pictures of surgery.
Yeah, Billy, I was going in a whole nother direction there, man.
Me too. I thought it was going to be like.
After looking at those pictures, I told her that I used to think she was beautiful on the inside, and I know now she is not.
It's all blood and guts. She showed me like that video of her. Like I never saw it. Like apparently when she fell, she was Facebook living. Like
no. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. And she was walking, and I didn't see the video, so she sent it to me like privately. And she's like, it was that day that it snowed in Texas. Like it was like a snowstorm, and it got like all the power went out, and then the power went back on, and it was that day that the power went back on, and so she was walking around, and then she's talking, and then like the whole camera goes like upside down, and she falls on the ground. I was just like, oh man.
I got to tell you, I'm proud of her because when I fell down the stairs last year and I bounced down the stairs on the ice and I broke my arm, I was not live streaming. That pissed me off. At least get it on camera. At least have it on Facebook.
So don't let it go to waste. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I was like, now I have to go back and find Ed's wipeout video from when you fell on the Segway.
On the Segway, I have a good wipeout on the Segway. That's true.
I went back like and looked at. I think I spent like 30 minutes trying to find it, and then I finally found it on your your like video.
Oh, you found it.
I found it.
Yeah, I'm riding along. I'm going along, and then like all of a sudden the thing starts to wobble, and I'm like, bam! And you hit the ground hard off those things,
Oh man!
And didn't our old buddy Wexler like break his hip or something?
Oh yeah, he shattered. He sent me a picture of the X-ray. I didn't see the wound or whatever. But I saw the X-ray of his hip. So a hip, it's like there's a ball in your pelvis.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two balls in your pelvis. But there's a ball in the pelvis, and then you got this bone, and it goes like this. Okay. He had like a titanium screw this long going this way. They screwed it into the end of the bone. And then he had another one holding it in this way, like a cotter pin. It was like, and he was like, yeah, it was no big deal. Didn't even hurt.
Sure. Yeah, mother of pearl, please.
Yeah.
I gave him a lecture about that too. I yelled at her. I said, You can't even walk across the room after 2 shots with me. How are you going to get on this thing? Look what happened to you.
Oh my God. Well, Heidi, if you're watching, I hope you feel better.
You said that best, girl.
Look who it is. It's not Heidi. It's not Heidi, but it's Dave Lindsay.
Next best thing. How's by you? How you doing over there?
Hey,
How
Dave.
you doing?
What's up? How you doing, man?
What's up?
You don't look like no Heidi to me.
That's just because you can't see me on the inside, Randy.
That's okay.
We
How
all
you
look
doing?
the same on the inside, pal.
Yeah, you say so. There
Good
you
to
go.
see you, Dave Lindsay.
That's just what I needed. Hey, I got something for you.
Now that's
Prime.
I have many ribs, but this is my prime
Eats,
rib.
shoots, and leaves. Oh my God. I didn't say I wrote the joke. I didn't write it.
There's the punchline. There's the punchline. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's just, I happened to catch that so-called joke, and I knew I had that to follow up with.
Yeah.
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
So we're doing good. Look who we got. We got St. Croix. We got St. Croix dialing in.
There's the Island Man.
Hey, St. Croix, how you doing, Dave Gunner?
I just walked in the door.
Yeah, man.
How you doing?
I thought you guys would be done by now. We're on the same time.
No,
are we
we've
on
been
the same
playing
time?
13-year-olds in 8th grade for a while. It's been really mature.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's good.
We've been
That's good.
telling jokes. You got a good joke?
Yeah, but, you know.
Oh,
these
don't
were
worry.
pretty bad.
They've
No,
all
no,
been
no,
pretty
no,
You
bad.
can say any joke you want. Go ahead. Just say it.
I was brought up in a Christian home, and I'm not allowed on.
Not us.
How about next door to a Christian home?
I have a really non-PC joke.
Uh-oh.
You guys ready?
That will fit in
I don't
just
know.
fine.
What kind of meat do priests eat on Sunday?
Oh, Jesus.
None.
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 No.
Who got that first? Somebody got that first. Billy?
Thank you.
Oh, it's you? Okay.
That is nowhere near
way
as bad as I
that's
thought
way
it was.
safer than I thought it was going to be. So
Yeah,
that's
I mean, I could go crazy, but I'm not.
They have a thing down here on Thursday nights where we play at this place called Castaways. It's called Adult Trivia Night, and they make it very clear. They say no children are allowed in this thing. And my daughter works there, and she said, "Dad, don't go." Because I get I'm Irish. I get embarrassed very easily.
Yeah.
And so there's another place right next to it called Ziggy's, and I stopped there for a drink because I know the owner. And I walked in and I heard one joke, and I wasn't even in yet. I went, nope. And I walked out because it was filthy. I mean, it was these people, and they're full.
That's the difference between you and I, Dave. I'm not Irish, and it takes a half hour to turn red. It's just a waste of energy.
That's actually that's.
And I was going to say, remind me to never
respect
tell
that,
Dave a
too.
joke because I don't have any that wouldn't make you, leave the room.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Oh,
all
God.
of mine are like that. All of mine.
Let me tell you something. At great risk, I'm going to mention this. Right. So I love to watch on Comedy Central. They have these roasts where they get somebody and they
Oh yeah, they
fires
did
club
all
style.
of the other day.
Oh yeah, they're
They did all of
hysterical.
And they get like some celebrity and then they roast them and they say really raunchy, dirty, horrible things to them and they really embarrass them. And the other day I saw a roast that popped up on my phone that I've never seen. It was the dirtiest, raunchiest one I have ever seen. I couldn't watch it. Donald Trump was roasted.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Back in the day.
Yes.
It was
I wish I
so,
had seen that. I would have.
it
I would
was
have
so
enjoyed that.
unbelievably bad. I don't know how he sat through
He's
it.
not laughing very much. Every time they cut to
He
him,
doesn't
he's
laugh a
like,
lot.
I have that on tape. I have that. I recorded that.
I'll bet you do.
Yeah, I would. Still, you know what? It's on you. It's got to be on YouTube,
I
right?
sent it to the White House
Must be.
5
I'm
times.
sure,
I think they-
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's on YouTube.
Oh no,
couldn't
they.
take
Oh
it.
no.
I couldn't take it. And like Melania was sitting there, so it was not that long ago. Like she was sitting there,
okay. So
and they're ripping her, and like, whoa, like really crazy.
He obviously wasn't president then.
No, he wasn't president, but
Well, they said one of the reasons that he hated Obama so much is that Obama ripped into him at one of the correspondent dinners when Obama was president.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was only like 5 or 10 minutes, and somebody wrote the jokes for Obama, but he delivered them really well. And every time they cut to Trump, he was like,
I remember that. Yeah,
I've heard people say that he decided to run
that was 2014, and people trace Donald Trump's decision to run for president in large part back to that kick-ass session.
There you go, Nick.
Obama
There you go.
wiped the floor with him.
Wow.
No, he was
I want to
not
see that.
pleased. And
Whether you like Obama or not, he beat the shit out of Trump that night.
he did. No, he,
that's like something out of Batman, like the billionaire and the president go at it, like it's like you wouldn't even believe it was real.
I'm assuming we're all on the same page here, so we'll just let it slide. It's just.
Well, you guys, you never know. Biden just insulted Putin. Maybe he'll run for president.
That's right. Yes.
If that's true, you got my vote.
Yeah. No, he just acknowledged that Putin was a killer. Like,
yeah, I heard that today. Yeah, I heard that today. My
when they asked Trump
dinner
that
said,
same question, it was actually Bill O'Reilly who was interviewing Trump when he was president, and he said, Trump's. What do you think about Putin? He's like, he's a good guy, and he's like, no, he's not. He's a killer. He's like, well, what? You don't think we've ever killed anybody? Like this nation's so great, we're so clean. He's like defending Putin. Like,
if you're the president of the United States, then you know that any president of the United States has to be like, all right, here's the list of people we're going to drone strike today. Here's the list of people, that's just part of the job.
Except for Donald Trump, it was pretty much a well-laid plan. Here's the rule book for the president.
Nothing well laid by Donald Trump. Nothing. He doesn't even.
No. He walked in and took a wood axe to, Well, I'm waiting, so it's not fair. Man.
Oh my God!
I told you I met Joe Biden down here, right?
No.
Did I tell you that?
What happened? Oh yeah. You told us that.
What's that? Yeah. Well,
that Joe Biden was down
I was playing in this place called Rum Runners, and he wasn't the vice president anymore. Trump had taken over, and it was bedlam. He could never come to Rum Runners when he was vice president because it's sitting on the water, and the Secret Service wouldn't let him come because somebody could go by in a boat and just strafe the place, and that'd be it. But he's vice president, and this Secret Service guy could look at me. We're playing. My daughter is singing with us, and he says, "Listen, the owner said you're the person that knows the room the best." And I said, "Well, I can see the room the best." He goes, "Okay, Vice President Biden is coming to dinner with Dr. Biden, and I just need to know if you see anything untoward, just touch your nose." I said, "Really? This is the Secret Service. You can't get something better than touch your nose." But at the same time, I'm like, but I'm
kill him up there, kill him.
So anyway, we start playing, and Vice President Biden comes in, and they sit down. They're about 3 tables away from where we play, and the Secret Service are all like kids. They're all like 25, 28-year-old
Yeah, but they're
kids.
Navy SEALs and Green Berets.
Oh, these guys are serious. And one of them was a gal, and they were serious. So it's a normal, it's a jam club. It's really crowded. But while we're playing in the first set, these 6 Arab guys walk in. Now, you don't see a lot of Arab guys in St. Croix because there's no reason that they might be there. And these guys walking down, I'm not prejudiced in any way, shape, or form, but he said to me, if you see anything, touch your nose.
Unusual.
Now, they saw them walk in too, and I went, you know, and one of the guys gets up and walks in. They all sit at the bar in the back, and obviously nothing become of it. But so we played the set, and we finished. And my daughter sang a couple of songs, and we finished. And I'm putting the guitar down, and I've got my head down, and I hear, "Excuse me," and I look up, and it's Joe Biden, and he goes, "You guys are great, and your daughter's terrific." And I'm looking at him like, I'm rarely at a loss for words. I mean, truly. And I went, "Big fan." Big fan. And he said, "Thank you." He goes, "I got to go. Jill is waiting." And I said, "It's nice to meet you, sir." I said, "It's an honor." And I told Kate, and she was like, you know, it was really cool. It was really cool. But Joe Biden's a good man. I just believe he's a good man.
So what's the end of the
story? He's probably
story?
too old for the job. He's probably too old for the job. But I think he has enough people around him that will just watch Facebook, watch anything right now. It's all, you know, you go on Fox and all they're doing is the border,
I know that.
and the border, because that's all they've got is the border.
That's their go-to move for anything.
That's all they got left.
If they can't go to the border, then they go to find some illegal who committed a crime somewhere in the United States, and that's a lead story. That's their go-to
but
move.
if you're going to do that, then you got to take off the Mexican border and put every single border we have, including flying it in an airplane, jumping out.
I know,
You know,
I know. But
in St. Croix right here, we can fly over to the BVIs, or the BVIs can fly over to us. And now you're in the United States, and you can fly into the United States, and you don't need customs.
Yeah.
You're already here. You're already in the territory. There's no passport. You just move on. There's too many holes in the system, but there's nothing we're going to do about that.
What's the end of the story? When do the 5 guys get out of Guantanamo Bay because you touched your nose?
No. They were free to go.
I think David immediately broke into Rock the Casbah as a hint.
No,
Like,
they were.
Did they find the devil?
They were harmless, and they were just a nationality that we don't see a lot.
I went into a bar once in Virginia, and I only drove. Never been in the South in my life as a black man. I only stopped to get gas, and there was this little place that sold food and wine. And I swear to you, in my sense of humor, so to you, Randy, just for the hell of it, and it instant like that. I walked the door, and a guy goes, "Hey, there's a black guy," and I went, "Where?" And I got my car and drove. I didn't even look back. I went, "Yeah," and I jumped in the car and I drove off down the road. I go, "I ain't stopping here no more."
That's funny.
Hey, honey, look, it's a black man.
There's a black man here in Virginia. I tell all the people down here that are my friends and stuff. I say, because the island is, it's an American place, and it's really great. But there are places just like in Stamford or Bridgeport or anywhere. If you go someplace where you don't belong, you're gonna probably find yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time and it doesn't feel right. It's wrong. And I tell all these people this. So
Hell yeah. Hey, Dave, let me interject. I have a student, right? And we got a donation at the nonprofit that I teach at Keys. And they gave, it was Chris Bishop. I don't know if you know Chris Bishop. He plays with Otis and the Hurricanes. And
Sure.
Great
Didn't
guy.
Barry play with them too?
Yep. And he used to be Chris Bishop was Robert Palmer's go-to bass player, like toured with Robert Palmer and did all kinds of stuff. So Chris donated one of his basses so that the student could have it, right? So I called my student. It's during COVID. So I got my double mask and I said, "Listen, I'm coming to your house. Where do you live? I'm going to bring you this amazing bass that they got donated by this famous guy." And so I bring the bass to his house, and he says, "Call me when you're 2 minutes away." I go, "Okay." So I call him, and he says, "All right, whatever you do, don't get out of the car.
Right.
Don't get out of the car." He said, "What kind of car are you in?" He said, "Pull up in front of my house, and I will come out and knock on your door, and then come out of the car. Because if you get out of the car, somebody's going to knock you over the head and take that bass." And I'm like, so I got there.
Wow. That's exactly. We were Diana and I were walking back from dinner, and there was a girl playing a recorder on the floor of the cement, and she wasn't even on the main road where she could put out a thing and make a lot of money. She was playing just all by herself, and she was playing. I don't remember the song. It was some gospel tune, but it was perfect. And we were walking by, and I said, "Wait a minute." And we walked over, and we looked, and we said, "You know, you're great." You know, and we said, why aren't you out on the street where everybody can see you? Because there's a main street. She's over in this little alcove way out of the way. She goes, the sound is better here. And I went, okay. I gave her $20. You know, I said, that's great. She goes, I said, how old are you? She looked like 25, but she was actually like 55, as I find out later. She said, what do you play? I said, I play guitar. My wife plays piano. She goes, I have guitars that need tuning. Can you help me? And I'm a little drunk. And I said, sure. So we exchanged numbers, and I called her, and she said, come over. It's right up by the ball field. And the ball field is pretty much close to my house here. And it's not necessarily a bad area. But there are projects all over the place that are Crucian projects. And I drive right by hers, and I call her and I say, I don't know where you are. And she says, I'm Southfield something. And I said, okay, South Village. And I come down, and it's a real live, if it doesn't feel safe, don't go there scenario. Except she's standing outside. And now I have either I turn tail as a coward and run. Yeah. Or I go in. So I go in and I say, listen, I'm really kind of in a hurry. Give me your guitars. She has 4 guitars. And the little one she wants to tune because she take it down to the boardwalk. So I'm tuning them, and one of them's worthless, and I'm tuning the 3 of them. Two guys walk by, Crucian guys, and they look in, and she just waves. And I went, I am in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I finish as quickly as I can, but I'm in there for like 15, 20 minutes because she just kept me there. And she wanted me to have tacos and stuff. And I said, I got to go. And then I said, I got to go. And she goes, well, no, you can't walk out without me. Yeah. And I walk out, and there's 6 guys around the car. They're not like surrounding the car, but they're right there, and they're all looking at me like, what the fuck were you thinking? You know? And she says really loudly, she goes, David, thank you so much for tuning all of my guitars. I hope you will come back again. And I said, Diana, no, I won't. And I said, I definitely will. These guys are looking at me, and I'm looking at them all. And I got a pretty good, you know, I'm a tough guy, but let me tell you something. 6 guys that are 25 years old are going to kick this 60-year-old's ass all over the
tough guy in that scenario. Yeah.
So I get in the car, and they all get a little closer, and I back the car up, and I did not. Once I was in the car, I was willing. If something went really wrong, I was going to like floor it, but I didn't. I just drove away, and I waved to the guys, and I got out, and I went, okay, I'm never going to tell anybody else what to do again down here because I'm the biggest jackass of all. Yeah. You know, I put myself in a position that, you know, it's a different culture. It's not anybody's fault. It's just a different culture.
It's not the difference in the culture. It's the difference in what these people taken from wherever they come from. You can go into the same type of neighborhood, and
that's what I'm saying.
With their kids, but you go into where the drugs are and the gangs are, and that's where it's bad. So it's not the culture.
And that's it. That's it. It's and like I said, it could be in Stanford, it could be in Bridgeport, it could be in Norwalk, it could be
any city in America. Any city.
Except I walked into, you know, midday. This is midday. This is 2:00 in the afternoon. This isn't 2 in the morning. This is midday stupid. This isn't real stupid. This is beyond real stupid.
Yeah.
I got a story. So a couple of years ago, I think it was like actually more than a couple of years ago, like 1990. I think it was 1996.
That's more than a couple of years ago.
I went down to Washington D.C. for a conference. Like it was I'm a graphic designer, so I went down to it for a graphic design conference in Washington D.C. and it was at a hotel, and it was for about a week. And like one night I decided like I wanted to go. I wanted to explore, like go to like a bar or something.
Washington?
Famous last words. Yes.
I just wanted to get out of the hotel, but the hotel was sort of like in its own little world, So I got a taxi cab. I had they got me a taxi cab, and I told them I want to go, take me to where the nightlife is, So I had a good time. I went out, I met some people. But at the end of the night, like it was like a ghost town. There was no taxis, no nothing, like anywhere. So I start walking, and I figure, okay, I guess I have to walk back to the hotel. And I got lost, right? And I wind up in Washington D.C. I found myself in this neighborhood that like literally every building was burned out. Like they're
boarded up. Yeah.
Washington's a very poor town once you get outside of the
burnt up,
monument.
boarded up, like, and there were shady characters like all over the place, and it was like 1 a.m, and I could not. I was lost. I couldn't find my way home.
How'd you get out?
I really felt like I was something could have happened. I could have been like shot or killed. Someone was following me for a little while. So finally a police car drives by, and I run like, and I jump, like I wave my arms around and I say, stop. And I told them,
I saved your life, man.
I'm lost, man. I have to get back to my hotel. And I don't know where the hell I'm going. And they took me back. I got in the back of the police car, and they took me back to the hotel. And I was a little like shaken about that neighborhood. It was like really crazy.
A little?
And the cops mugged you after they got you back to your hotel.
He sat in the cop car, and the guy turns and goes, okay, now give me your wallet. This isn't really a cop car.
One mugging story. You ever been in New Orleans?
Hell
yeah. Same thing. Somebody
Wow.
told me it was a statue of Sammy Davis, and I should go look at it. So I'm drunk and like an asshole. I go walking out the main street and into the back. A cop slammed his brakes. He says, let me see some ID. I show him ID. He goes, where are you from? He goes, yeah. He goes, you do not want to go down the street. And he put me in the car and drove me back to Main Street. And I was headed looking for a statue of Sammy Davis Jr.
Hey,
Because what happened to you, Randy? What's your story?
Of course it's going to have a somewhat funny twist. So I had this gig in New York for a year working for an ad agency. Mikey was a Mindshare with a media buying place. And they were very nice. They put me up in a hotel to work there, and they had a car service for me and all this shit. But I walked basically the 3 blocks to and from the agency to my hotel. I do it. I know it's just broad daylight. And I'm shuffling along. For those who don't know, I'm not exactly an athlete. I walk like Frankenstein, and it's pretty easy to spot. So I'm like the weak gazelle in the herd. So I'm walking along, and some
You're
guy
the dead
comes
man
up,
when
he's
the
like-
lines come along.
And he's like, "How you doing, man?" I'm like, "I'm doing okay. How am I doing?" Like, "No, man, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I know what you're going through. I thank you. I appreciate that." Now I can't shake him. Now I was like, and I can't run. So I'm like walking with him. And he's my new companion. And we're walking along, and finally there's like a wine store, and I just duck into it. And I'm like trying to burn time in there. Now this wine store, of course, was a Korean lady behind plexiglass.
You buy now! You buy now!
This was not exactly where you go for
pay now.
on Rothschild.
Pay now.
Right. So I come out, and he's still there, except now he has a friend. And now they both start walking with me. And I'm like, yeah, well, then I okay. And I can't shake them. And now, guess what happens? Their third buddy comes out, and he just stands right in front of me and stops me from walking. And they're like,
no problem.
We need money. I'm like, okay. I said, how about this? I'll give you everything I have in my pocket. And I pulled, I was like, $20 worth of cash. And I was like, here, guys, here, take it.
Just don't
and,
die.
and the guy who the newest, or the newest person, the newest professor, consultant, steps up, and he's the one in front of me. He's like, "We know you got more than that." I'm like, well, yeah, I got my fucking wallet, but I don't really want to give that up, but I will. And so I didn't know what to do. So this is really pitiful. I faked like I was crying. I was like, you know what, man? You said you felt my pain. You said you understood. And I believed you, man. And you fucking told me that you... And I turned into a little girl.
And the Golden Globe Award goes to...
Totally.
Wow, that's
and they bought it. They fucking bought it. So after I
You
give
guys
them money,
get in those scenarios, you have
man,
to
he's
be
good.
like
He's
them.
good. What, Bill?
You'll be like them when you get in those scenarios. You show that if you do, they're all over you. They go nuts.
Yeah. If you show, yeah. Well, if you go right to the mat, then it might change.
Not,
boy, that's.
I don't think.
Tell you what, though, Randy, that's a very.
Guys, I can't sell that. I can't front that kind of posture.
No. What I'm saying is the one. That's a very, very brave thing to say. That you just went, come on, man, don't kill me, because
it's like you said you felt. I was trying to put it on the guy. You said you felt my pain, and I believed you, and now you're just going to try to beat me up, man. And my final move, I thought this through, was I was just going to drop to the pavement and go into a spastic, like.
Might have worked.
I get so angry before I get scared. Ed, did I ever show you my weapon? Right.
Which no,
I have this thing that's about this size of my hand. Where's my hand? About this size of my hand, and it's a combination stun gun and taser. So
really,
okay, yeah. So if,
can you send
somebody's
one of those
real
down
close,
here
all
to
you
me?
have to do
Because
is-
I could really use it.
If somebody's close, all you have to do is touch them if they're far away and about to approach you at the stun gun and the wires. So anyway, I'm walking down the street here in Bridgeport, and this fucking idiot comes up out of the blue and sees I'm the only one on the street, and we're not in a terrible area or anything. I'm just the only one there. And the guy walks up to me and goes, "Hey, I need some money." I go, "Welcome to the fucking club." So he goes, "No, I need money, and I need money now." So I said, "All right, I got $20 in my pocket." So he goes, "All right," and I reach in my pocket very slowly, without even blinking my eye, pulled out this and zapped him. He hit the ground. While he was on the ground, I went to his pockets. He had $20. So I took the $20, and I started to walk away. Then I said, "Wait a minute, I got to wait for him to get up." So I turned around, and he got up off the ground. I go, "You got any more money?" And the guy goes, "What?" I go, "You got any more money?" I got $30 in this pocket. The guy goes, "No." And he just takes us down the street. I got $20. I've been mugged. Who does that?
Well, that's another good admission here that you're going to have to talk to in confession. But we're all good with this.
Yeah, right.
Oh, if I ever get caught with that, I'm going to jail. It's against the law. Completely against the law.
Oh my God! So if you guys are watching and you were the one that mugged Billy or Randy, I'll tell you where they live. You can go take care of them.
You can get their money.
Yeah, this is great. Everybody have a great night. Good to see everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Stay well, everybody.
Actually, I got to go to bed too. I was going to sing one song.
Oh, well, let me hear.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
Oh,
Hold on, I got a special guest.
All right.
I love music. Look who I got.
I want to hear it.
Well, I got to get a drink.
She's too dark to see, but it looks like a woman.
How you doing, honey? How you doing?
Who is that?
Hi,
Heidi?
guys. I'm Ed.
How you doing, Heidi?
Break it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Your internet's a little
Guys,
funny.
I have to log off. I gotta get up at 30 in the morning.
Is she sleeping in bed or is she?
She
Okay,
lives. All right, so Heidi lives in Texas, and
Oh.
she fell. They had a snowstorm in Texas, and
gotta
like
get a
days of ice and misery, and she fell and broke her arm really, really badly. And
recently,
she just had surgery, and she's like miserable. And she's super talented artist, singer, guitar, keyboard player, and she unfortunately hurt herself real bad. So I talked her into coming on, but she's trying to get her internet connection going. So
okay.
So Dave Gunham, play a song for us.
Yeah, I've been trying to vary the songs. I just got done with a gig, and and our, like I said, our time is now the same. So when it was an hour, when I got home later, it was you guys were an hour earlier. It was really easy to do. That's why I sent you an email saying, you guys still on? And everybody here is not here and asleep. So it's a song I wrote a long time ago about a woman. I wonder why. Won't you sit down, tell me that you love me. I need a friend I can hold. I need a friend I can hold. Lately I feel all alone. Once I did ramble all over, but now I don't need to roam. I'm gonna find me a woman I can love and a place I can build my home. It's a house of stone, a bed of hay, with acres and acres of land. Sometime I'm gonna live that way if I can. And often I wish that it were Christmas, then I could kiss you hello. Yeah, then I could kiss you hello. I could love you and you never know. I had a dream, we went walking, we got lost in the maple and pine. I want to live with a woman like you. Now that's pretty, perhaps, but it's kind. It's a house of stone, a bed of hay, with acres and acres of land. Sometime I'm gonna live that way if I can. Yes, and I had a dream, we went walking, we got lost in the maple and the pine. I want to live with a woman like you, not as pretty perhaps, but as kind. In a house of stone, a house of stone, with acres and acres of land. Sometime I'm gonna live that way if I can. So sit down and tell me that you love me. I need a friend that I can hold. How's it going? Hey, you guys. I came on to sing a song. I ended up talking all night. I'm sorry.
Very nice. No, that was great. It's a great tune.
It was worth the wait. Worth the wait.
Thank you.
Beautiful day.
Thank you very much.
Wait is right.
Thank you.
I keep thinking I might have met you. You've been at Bobby Q's in the past?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
You know, Catherine Rose and
Yes.
and Guy and all those guys got me to come down. I came down a couple of times.
Yeah. I'm sitting here going, I got a good memory for faces and voice and all. I'm kind of going, this man, I've been in the room with this man before. What a pleasure! Beautiful
Thank
song.
you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I just got done with a gig. We play this one gig every Monday, and I try and promote it because it's a small bar. The other times we play, I don't give a shit because it's just jammed, and there's no point to pressing it. But I got done about everything. Everything on St. Croix closes at 9 o'clock. I mean, maybe it's the pandemic. I don't know, but. So I got home and it was like 9:30, 9:45, and I went.
How you've been there for quite a while now?
You're in St. Croix, yeah? You said St. Croix?
40. Well, off and on, 42 years. Came down in 78.
St. Croix.
How long have you been there for? Like 2 months?
I'm surprised Billy didn't end up down here.
I know. I told you a couple of times I was to come down. I never made it, Dave. I told you a couple of times I was.
I'm surprised because a lot of Connecticut bands ended up here. You know Michael Muggeridge?
Oh, hell yeah.
You know Michael? He was playing in a band called Alley Rose with Sarah Brooks, and they ended up down here. There were a couple of
sang my band, Billy and the Showman, or what? Sarah sang with Billy and the Showman.
Man, you guys would have killed it down here. Except there were too many guys in your band that couldn't afford you. You probably had 8 or 9 guys in the band. It was a 4 or 5 piece band budget, But anyway, thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Great to see you, Dave Gunnup.
No,
Sound
I
good.
appreciate it, and I'm glad I got home. We're on the same.
Yeah, you
10:30.
made it.
What time do you guys go till?
11:30. We go till we're done. Sometimes we stop at 10:30. Sometimes we stop at 11:30. Usually 11:30.
Cool. Well, it's a pleasure to be part of it.
Yeah, great. Super
Every
good to
time I
see you always.
Every time I see you pop in, you always deliver something good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
nice.
It's nice of you to say.
I'm glad I was here. Ed, thanks
I'm
so much.
glad
See you soon.
You too.
Well, Billy, I'm sorry I
All
missed
the
that.
best.
All right. Hey,
All
Dave
right.
Platt. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all
I will
right.
say good night, and I will say.
I don't know what you guys.
All right.
I
I'll
don't
see you
know what
later,
you
Dave.
guys.
Take it
Appreciate
easy.
it.
I don't know what all you guys were doing wrong. Every time I went into a bad neighborhood, I left with a nickel bag.
Touche.
Exactly. Oh
That
my
would have
God.
stood back from me though.
How old are you, Dave? How old are you?
52.
So have you ever been to 94th Street and West End Avenue?
That's not bad, is it?
I couldn't tell you
Not bad, but
exact places, but I remember when New York City was not Disneyland.
Yeah.
And I remember being escorted out of the South Bronx by the police because we clearly didn't belong there.
Yeah.
Because I grew up on 86th Street between Columbus and Amsterdam, and on 94th between West End and Riverside, there was a little brownstone. You walk in, you go up to the second floor, and there's a doorway with like a hole in it, and you just put the money in the hole, and then it comes out.
I had one of those.
It was a little less complicated in Norwalk.
And then there was another place on 89th Street between Amsterdam and Columbus. That
Not anymore. It's owned by gay guys. It's worth $7 million now.
Hey, Mikey, that story that you told about the conference reminded me of a similar story. So I'm also a graphic designer, and I went to a conference with a coworker of mine. This is probably like, I want to say 1987 or something. And I forget, there was somewhere like in Binghamton, New York, or around there somewhere. And we went to this training training session that we had to go to. And so the first night we get done with the session, we go out and get something to eat. And then I'm like, well, let's go get some cocktails. And so we went to this one place and it was kind of boring. I'm like, well, let's go explore, right? And
yeah.
So we found this place. It looked like it looked like a place that you would find down south, and I don't know what that means exactly, but that's the impression I got. And we go in, and there's not a white person in the bar, right? And there's a lot of other people in the bar, and this girl that I'm with is like lily white, okay, and she's like, I don't think this is the place for us. I'm like, oh, come on. So we go in, right? We had a great time. It was fine, but it was just funny. It was right out of Animal House, right?
I was just thinking that. Otis,
Exactly.
stay in the night. Stay lovers. Yeah.
Otis.
I can't even tell you how many places I go where I'm the only black guy there.
Yeah.
And my line is, it's okay, you guys can stay. It's all right. I'll let you stay.
Well, black people, I get along with most black people, at present company excluded. I will have to say.
I had one interesting experience. When I went to, I think I told you guys about this. In 1992, the year I was graduating from college, I met this girl at somewhere. Yeah, I met her at in Central Park at a concert, at the Summer Stage in Central Park, and like we became friends, and she basically we decided that we were going to go on a vacation in Jamaica. She was like, yeah, let's go. We'll go to Jamaica for 2 weeks. So we went down to Jamaica, and we stayed in Negril. And while we were there, like I kept asking around that I wanted to go to Kingston, and everybody was like, "You should not go to Kingston. Don't go to Kingston. You don't want to go to Kingston." And so I heeded their advice. But the interesting thing that happened was, and it wasn't anything bad that happened, but we decided to go for a walk. We were in Negril, and we decided to walk down the beach. And we kept walking and walking, and eventually we got past the tourist spots. Like, we were past all the tourist areas, and eventually at a certain point, like, I was looking around, and I realized, like, I'm the only. I was with an Asian woman. And I look around, and I'm like the only white person that, as far as the eye can see, and everybody else is Jamaican, on the beach. They live there. They're not tourists or anything. And it hit me, like, at that moment, that I had never been, like, felt like I was in another country, like, where there was nobody that looked like me. Like, everybody else looked like the way they looked, and I looked completely different.
How did that make you feel, Mike? How did that make you feel? It was like, I felt like the world was a bigger place. Like, I didn't realize, like, no, I didn't like I didn't really fully comprehend, like, that the world is such a big place. And when I was in that situation, I was on the beach, and there were like thousands of people on the beach, but like, I was the only person who was white there. Like, it made me really understand that the world is just a huge place. We're not, I'm not, like, America's not the center of the world,
Yep, that's the truth. Did you mention that you were a drummer?
Most people don't get it.
That's right. But did you tell them you were a drummer in a reggae band? Did you mention that?
Well, yeah, I told the people at the hotel we were staying at, but anyway, it was an eye-opening experience for me.
Even if you look the same, if you don't have the ability, I was in Vienna, Austria. I went with my wife, and we go to the restaurant. Now,
you were the only black guy. You were the only black guy in Austria at the time.
Right? So we go into a Chinese restaurant. Now, everybody's speaking German, including the fucking Heineman. He's speaking German, just like, you know. So I'm just out in the end of the conversation and everything. The food comes to the table, and I don't know what to do. I'm playing around, and there's all this different food. So, you know, if green, it's a vegetable, avocado, and they put a piece of what is that? The green wasabi.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They had a wasabi ball on the plate, and the place is quiet. Remember, I'm the only black person, so you know there's a couple stairs, but it doesn't mean anything. I take that piece of wasabi and I go, oh. And all of a sudden, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get my breath. I jumped off and my face was hitting me in the back and everything else.
Oh my
And
God.
sometimes when you stand up, you can find other ways to be worse than the fact that you don't
Yes.
look like that.
Oh my God.
I
That's
never
like
had wasabi again in my life.
Yeah,
And that
well,
was at a Chinese restaurant in Germany.
In Austria,
Yes,
Vienna.
and the
Austria.
Chinese they spoke German. Yeah, fuck up
Yes.
for you, yeah.
I would have the General Ramos chicken, please.
I don't think anybody will even notice.
No, I did that once. I was at Sakura, the Japanese restaurant in Westport, and this is about 25 years ago. And and I was with friends, and we had a $250 tab for sushi and drinks and whatever, and we were eating. And one of my friends, actually, they all put me up to it. I said, if I eat all this wasabi right here, will you guys will pay for the dinner? And they're like, absolutely, right? So I take all the wasabi. It was a lot of wasabi, and I put ginger around it, and I put soy sauce, and I shot it. Like I was like, oop, I shot it, right? And as soon as it hit my mouth, I thought, this was a very bad idea. I'm in a restaurant full of people. Everybody was nicely dressed. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't move. My head is going to explode. And I had to sit there with no water for a minute. And they're all laughing their asses off. And I'm like, don't mess with that stuff, that wasabi. But it does let you go. It's not like hot sauce. It does let you go.
It clears your sinuses, you know? That'll clear your
I thought it was
sinuses.
like guacamole. It was a little round green ball. I thought it was a piece of guacamole or something.
Yeah, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Look, we got Heidi. She's trying again.
Can you hear me?
We can sort of hear you. Your internet's a little funky, but how you doing, Heidi?
I'm back on my phone in a different room. I went to the other room to the
Better.
computer.
Better. Yeah, we can hear you. How you feeling? You all right?
Yeah. This has been quite a journey.
Yeah, it's tough. Let me
How
see your
bad
cast.
was the break?
Bad.
How bad was the break? I did. How long? Cool.
I'm going to start with months. I had to have surgery. I fell in the ice. Never fell on the ice up north. Moved to Texas. I fell on the ice. You know, figure.
Only ice in Texas.
It was snow over the ice. It was awful. And I went blind. So I tried to set it. They couldn't set it. The surgery, distal radius surgery, and it's just I can't move anything beyond this point.
You got pins and screws? You got pins and screws?
Yeah, they put a plate inside screws, and then I had to start physical therapy. My fingers again. Go like this. I can't close the hand. I can't, and it hurts like crazy. And the incision. What's that?
Just go easy with it. Don't push it too much while you're doing your exercise. Don't have too much. Just enough.
Yeah, and the incision itself is a lot, and the bones. I mean, I broke this off. It's like I took the cast off and I was fine after the cast was removed. This is a whole different story, and it's already been.
Well, I hope you get
looked
better
bad.
soon.
Wait.
I hope you get better soon.
Thank you. Eventually, I hope. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Heidi, I saw your exercise video today, and I've been in similar spots. That looked challenging. I feel for you.
Yeah, you said something about an accident when you were traveling. Right?
Yeah.
Were you-
I'll tell you another time. Too long. a
Yeah,
story.
it's no fun to hurt yourself. My doctor, when I went to the doctor after bouncing down the stairs, I broke my arm. Nowhere near as bad as you broke your arm, but I had a nice little clean break right here, and it really hurt. And the doctor said, "Don't worry, 6 to 8 weeks, you'll be basically healed. You'll be fine." And I get to 8 weeks, and he goes, "Oh, I didn't mean the pain is going to go away. That's going to be 6 months. Like it just means you're going to be healed up. You're going to be okay." I was like, "Oh my God, it's just not fun."
Has everybody here had a broken bone? Has everybody here had something broken?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Me.
I'm 73 years old. I've fallen off a fire truck at 50 miles an hour. I've fallen off a 75-foot cliff. I got hit by a dump truck. I've broken a bone in my life. I don't get it.
You fell off a truck in Vietnam when it was on fire or something, and you didn't
No,
at
we
80
were
miles an
chasing-
hour.
We were chasing an F4 down the runway, and a 500-pound bomb came off, and it started going around. And when I saw, all of a sudden, I thought it was going to land on the nose and kill all, and I just freaked out and went up and fell off the truck 55 miles an hour. I bounced from here to Westport before that.
Ouch.
But you didn't break anything.
It hurt a lot, but no broken bones. I was bruised everywhere. Not a broken bone. I don't get it.
Wow.
I think I had my first one just this last year. So
Oh,
What'd you do?
I made one when I was 12. Brain when I was 7. And then I broken like toes and ankle and stupid things. I'm always like,
I've been shot and I've been stabbed. Any of you guys have any of that?
I had a broken heart twice. My heart was broken twice.
Oh my God! Hey, Eric from Light Warriors, how you doing, man?
breaking up. I can't hear anybody.
How's it
clearly.
going,
It's
Eric?
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. All your new
Eric's
fancy
frozen.
technology, you know. I think Eric is frozen. Look how nice.
Yeah, we
Eric
lost
looks.
Eric,
He
too.
looks
Oh, yeah,
great,
Eric's
but he's pretty frozen.
You got
Well, see, these guys live. These guys live in the good neighborhoods where they don't have cell towers.
Right there, you go.
Sorry, guys.
Ah, there he is, Eric.
How you doing, Eric?
Hey guys, I'm doing good. How's everybody doing?
You're on a big delay, I think. Are you watching the
Did I
Facebook
freeze?
feed, or are you just if you have the Facebook feed on, turn it off? No.
No, I don't. I think my computer is overheating probably. So
Yeah, you're like on a delay.
I'll just, you know what? I'm gonna bail. I just popped in to say hello. Hello.
How you doing, brother?
Good to see you, Eric.
What's up?
Oh my God, there's Eric. Yeah, everybody's got gremlins tonight, you know. But,
Hey, Eric is going to sit in with us on Tuesday nights this summer because Brad is going to be staying up in Vermont. I'm not sure we're getting to do our jam yet, but I'm optimistic about it. And if we do, Eric's going to be our second guitar player. So,
cool.
You're doing very well. You're doing very well.
I got my
fingers
second
crossed.
shot, so I'm going to jams now. I'm going to the jams. I got my shot.
Good, good. That's good. All right. I'm going to play while Heidi's trying to get her signal to work, I'm going to play another Heidi video. Check this out. This is a last minute production. Oh, yeah. Now we can see you totally fine. Now
There
you
we
look
go.
great, Heidi.
You're all lit up now.
All right. Check yourself out in this video. Check this out.
Just like the midnight time.
Fantastic.
Hey, what was that keyboard?
Heidi, if your band's ever playing, you got to come up and sing that with us. We got
I
5
didn't
people.
even notice.
You'll love it.
I didn't even notice what keyboard I was playing. Was it the little red one?
No, it looked big, like an Alesis Andromeda, but I don't.
Oh no!
think it
You know what that was? That was a controller. That was my my Arturia controller, and I'm playing like a kick-ass organ computer sample. You know?
Whoa.
Yeah, something's going on there. Randy sent me a video, which
It was apropos to the hot sauce thing.
All right, so you sent me a video of this guy doing the hot sauce, and I watched a minute of it, and I'm like, you know what? That's awesome, but I can top it. I can top it, and it's actually. I'm going to play you a mute. You may have seen this video, you guys, but this is a video of a woman eating the hottest pepper in the world, thinking it's no big deal, and then they put it to music.
Oh, with the guitar.
Maybe. Yes, exactly. So I'm going to make you watch. I'm probably going to get kicked off the show for doing this, but here we go.
Okay. Oh yeah, this was probably. And peppers are what? Peppers are. It made it worse. I need some else. Hurry up! Hurry up! Just give it to me! Just give it to me! Just give it to me! Give it to me! Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Okay, give it to me! Yes! Yes!
It goes on forever and ever and ever. It's amazing. They use some like an auto tune program that like automatically makes jazz chords out of whatever you say. Brilliant.
Ed, you and I are gonna write a song called Wasabi. We're you and I.
Wasabi.
And if you would just play like a minute of Catfish Cooley.
Is that the one you sent me?
Yeah.
I gotta get him. So Eric, are you gonna actually try to play for us?
Nah, I don't have it in me tonight. I just popped in to say hello.
Oh, okay, good.
Music, that would be way better.
I'm glad you did.
Your connection is much stronger now. It's better.
Yeah, exactly. I had to do the system reboot.
Yeah, that happens. You know, it's a miracle that this works. I mean, you know, like when I was a kid, I had a calculator. That was it. That was technology. I had a calculator. Yeah. Like, you know, the phones had dials on them, and like now we're doing this.
Texas Instruments.
I had a Sharp LCD that my father got as a gift from a client. It was like $250 in 1969. You know, it was like, you know, you could buy a car, you could buy a Volkswagen for that price. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I had this yesterday. I had this dream, right, where it was like a premonition of the future, right? So like, but it's actually taking place right now, which is like people that are under the age of like 20 probably don't even ever use a telephone anymore.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, with your laptop, you can call and you can video call anybody through Facebook.
Yes.
Anywhere in the world.
And I'll do one better. They don't use a radio or a television.
Yeah, they don't.
No.
Did you see the video last year taking 3 kids, I think they were in their early 20s, and they walked them up without the words on it. They walked them up to a phone booth and asked them what it was. It was hilarious. They had no clue. They had no idea what it was.
It's a time machine.
Yes. No idea.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Technology, when you think about it, what we do with a laptop now, we make TV shows and we make videos and we record albums and it's nuts.
It's very true.
Well, the telephone itself fascinates me because think about it. That thing in your pocket can place you any place on the planet. They can find you anywhere. They can talk to you. It's instant. If you thought about that when we were kids, an operator. I did. I'm older than you guys. I had an operator, and you had to wait for the operator to clear you to go to another line just to talk to another person.
Yeah, right.
You know?
I have a buddy who will often hold up his cell phone and we're asking a question we don't know the answer to. He's like, if only I held all the world's knowledge in the palm of my hand.
Exactly. But you're too busy looking at cat videos and, and this.
Well, howdy, world. How the hell y'all doing? Mr. Catfish Cooley. We're about to do the Pocky One Chip Challenge here, made out of the famous Carolina Reapers. And we seen how that went one time whenever I ate the whole Carolina Reapers. It was pretty bad shit. I've heard these are pretty hot as well, but we're going to check them out. Here they are in their little coffin boxes. 2 separate chips. Here's the first chip here. My God, at the powder on that thing. Other chip here. Damn, just opening my lips got hot. Alright. 2 chips. And to spice it up a little bit more, I'm going to put some Louisiana hot sauce on these sons of bitches. Mmm. Oh, damn it. Let's see how they go, boys. Man. Oh. Ooh. Get a little warm. Get a little warm. Get a little warmer. Oh, man. Man. Oh, let's read on these fuckers. Damn it. Think you can handle the heat? This chip in the box is made with the hottest chili pepper on the planet. Carolina Reaper. Created for the sheer pleasure of intense heat and pain. Well, y'all done a good job on that, fuckers, didn't you? Subjects can't expect short-term losses of speech. Woo, I'm still talking, Adam. Followed by.
Oh my God. That freaking guy. Let me tell you, I was at Dave Lindsay's jam at Sparks, back in the day.
I remember.
And there was a guy there, like kind of a Rasta kind of guy. You may know who I'm talking about. I don't know who he was. And he was bragging. He was like, oh yeah, I grow the hottest pepper, man, like in my garden, right? And I'm like, what's the name of that pepper? And he goes, it's a California Reefer. And I go, a California Reefer? Now, I am known for being a little deaf, okay? So I get my phone out and I look California Reefer and I get a million pop websites or whatever, but there's no such thing as a California Reefer. So the guy goes, no, I'm telling you, this is like the hottest pepper known to man. And he goes, I'll go home and I'll bring a jar of this stuff I make from it. And I go, you do that, I'll order some shrimp. So I go order some shrimp. And he comes back. And he puts a dab on it like the size of a pencil eraser. And he gives it to me and he eats it too. And I'm like, I can eat whatever. 30 minutes later, I'm on the floor, pounding the floor, going, ah! Like, it was the craziest thing.
It was that bad.
And then he said the music stopped. Steve Wexler stopped playing, right? And I got my hearing back a little bit. And the guy went, "Yeah, that's called a Carolina Reaper." And I'm like, "Carolina what now?"
Carolina hardcore ecstasy. Yeah.
That is, Carolina Reaper is what that guy was eating there. Like, it's insane stuff. Like, crazy.
That's the hot one. That's it.
only part of the problem, though, because that's going down when it comes out. It's got the same.
Oh, yeah.
That same burn.
Oh, man. Man, oh, man.
My favorite line of his was, "Designed to cause intense heat and pain." We sure got that right, didn't you?
You can literally see that guy's face turning red right in front of your eye.
And I'm sure it gets worse and worse.
It does.
But I couldn't take it anymore. Like hot sauce. I love hot sauce.
You got the best parts, yes.
That stuff is crazy, you know.
Yeah,
Carolina.
the stuff is so hot that it destroys your taste buds. What's the point? I mean, you know, it numbs everything in there. What's the point of having it, you know?
Well, now they have a show. They have a show on I guess it's the internet, but they get famous celebrities and they interview them while they're eating progressively hotter and hotter and hotter hot sauces. And they can bail out whenever they want. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but if you Google it, like show or whatever, and they have like Billie Eilish, and they get like movie stars to do this.
Really?
And it is very funny to watch these people torture themselves to death with these hot sauces. We got to do that. We should do that on the show. I should mail the hot sauces around to everybody. You know,
I'm not doing that shit.
Bring it on. Only once.
Fuck that.
I'll make a label for it. Oh, Ed's hot sauce.
Yeah, exactly. Ghost peppers and zebra. But somebody is knocking on the wall. So I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to. We're going to do that when we get together in person.
Wasabi balls too. We got to do the wasabi shots.
Yeah, keep that away from me. That's all. Wasabi here, me over there. That's it. Real far away.
I got to peace out, guys. I just wanted to say hello to everybody. You're all beautiful human souls. I love you all. I'll see you soon.
Good to see you, brother.
Take care.
Take it easy, Eric.
All right, I'm gonna play one more video here. I think we're getting to the end of GMTV tonight, but I'm gonna play one more really cool video that Mike put together of some reggae music. You know, think about hot sauce when you watch this.
Vibration, yeah, positive. I am my vibration, yeah, positive. Got to have a good life. I am my vibration, yeah, positive vibration, yeah, positive. Get down and you quarrel every day. You're saying praise to the devil, I say, yeah. Try to help one another on the way. Makes it much easier, yeah. So you just can't live that negative way. If you know what I mean, make way for the positive day, yeah. 'Cause it's a music day, yeah. New time says it's a new feeling. New time, oh, what's a new day? Pick it up. Are you picking it up now? Your love, protect just a man vibration, yeah, positive. I am man vibration, yeah, positive. Positive vibration, yeah, positive vibration, yeah, positive. Picking up, are you picking up now? Picking up, are you picking up now? Whoa, 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 your love protects us. Your love protects us. Picking up, are you picking up now? Picking up, are you picking up now?
All right.
That was cool.
That was good. So who are those guys, Mike?
That was Joe Mack singing from Texas. He lives in Texas. He was the bass player. He was also playing bass too. He was the bass player in my band in college, reggae band that I played in, and then we had Karen, Carl, Winston, and I think that was it. Wait, who else? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was everybody.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good one.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Randy, we're going to play that one.
I'm there, working on it.
Yeah. All right, all you guys.
I'm getting them. I joked with someone. I feel like the Sarah Palin of reggae. I just got to learn,
You betcha.
It doesn't matter that she doesn't know that Africa is not a country. It doesn't matter. She's got to be able to answer these 30 questions in the debate, and it'll be okay. That's how I am.
I can see the weed. I can see the weed fields from my house.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah, he got it.
Good stuff. All right, all y'all. Good night from JMTV, the first show of our second year.
Good job, Ed.
Oh my God. And now I'm going to play Dave Lindsay's drum set. I'm going to say goodbye to all you guys and gals. Good to see you. And I'll see you next week on JMTV.
See you guys.
Thank you. time I